Ready for the ultimate fun facts compilation? Subscribe to Zarpado, we're starting. Lure Shu is a Taiwanese interior designer who has baffled the world by looking like a teenager, even though she's actually over 40. Her wrinkle-free face and flawless skin have earned her thousands of followers on social media. Without resorting to surgery or extreme treatments, her secret seems to be a combination of surprising genetics and healthy habits. Mad Charcoal is a visual artist whose specialty lies in the use of charcoal as his primary medium to bring to life portraits and landscapes full of expression and depth. His refined technique, combined with an unmistakable visual style, has allowed him to stand out within the contemporary art scene. Bashir Sultani, originally from Afghanistan but based in Canada, has distinguished himself in the art world thanks to his unique ability to create striking drawings with salt. Tommy Manis holds the women's world record for the longest ponytail, reaching an impressive 67.7 inches. This is the result of a constant commitment that began in 1990 and has made her an icon of hair perseverance. A resident of Knoxville, Tennessee, she has maintained this distinctive hairstyle for over 30 years. Murat Kolak, a German veterinary chiropractic specialist, has become widely recognized on digital platforms for applying therapeutic manual techniques to pets such as dogs, cats, and horses, seeking to improve their mobility and reduce muscle discomfort through precise adjustments and joint manipulations. This has generated a growing following among pet owners who value alternative care approaches. Following this marvel, in Japan, they employ a silent method to demolish buildings, Daruma Otoshi. Instead of explosions, they use machinery to dismantle floors from the top down, noiselessly, without massive impact, and with environmental precision. Ideal for densely populated areas like Tokyo. And then, would you dare to sleep hanging over mountains? In Italy, the Highline Meeting Festival brings together slackline enthusiasts suspended between mountains, even hanging from hammocks at extreme heights. Pure adrenaline, incredible views, and a global community for the bravest. A little later, a gigantic human crater was discovered in Yakutia, the Mirny open-pit mine. Bowl-shaped, it could swallow entire buildings and is one of the largest diamond mines on the planet, an impressive industrial footprint in the Russian Pacific. In Japan, the city of Nara is home to more than 1,000 deer that roam freely in the parks. According to folklore, they are divine messengers. They even cross streets at traffic lights, bow, and have been protected by law for centuries. In the entertainment world, Emerald Gordon Wolfe, a teenage contortionist famous for her appearances in productions such as The Conjuring 3, is striking. Since her time on America's Got Talent, she has gained thousands of followers for her mind-blowing talent. Continuing with curious inventions, an automatic hamster food dispenser is programmed to release food only when the rodent pulls a lever, keeping it entertained and well-fed with every attempt. In sports, there's Marcus Jurgens, an athlete who runs marathons. Backwards. He runs backward for fun and fitness, earning curious glances and strengthening his core in an unconventional way. In elite sports, Jamani Swanson is the shortest player on the Harlem Globetrotters. With tenacity, he compensated for his height with dedicated training, and today he excels on the court and serves as an inspiration. To protect yourself from the sun without the routine, there's Snappy Screen, a European machine that sprays sunscreen onto your body in 10 seconds, ideal for exclusive beaches. A team from the University of Miami created robotic feet with coffee and latex fibers, allowing robots to navigate rough terrain 40% faster. Technology is advancing toward the spectacular with Igor Negoda's propulsion arm, a turbojet device that generates enough thrust to propel itself into the air, and dreams of a personal flying future. In the US, the startup Lit Motors unveiled the Cone vehicle, a hybrid of a car and an electric motorcycle that self-balances, reaches speeds of up to 171 miles per hour, and offers 6 hours of autonomy. A girl named Emmy lives with her snake, Cher, as if it were a common pet. They grew up together, and their relationship is so close that they spend time cuddling. Cher was raised among humans, and Emmy learned to interact with her without fear. Disney has created humanoid robots called Stuntronics, capable of performing impossible acrobatics. They are designed to replace human stunt doubles on attractions at its theme parks. Lemon caviar is a finger-shaped fruit native to France. It contains acidic spheres inside that explode when bitten, offering a fresh, citrusy flavor. It is highly prized by haute cuisine chefs. The Barkley Marathon in Tennessee, USA, has only been completed by 18 people since 1986. Runners must cover about 224 miles with 65,600 feet of elevation gain. It is considered the toughest on the planet. Pastry chef Natalie Sidesurf creates hyper-realistic cakes that look like sculptures. She has replicated everything from human faces to entire meals. One of her viral cakes was an edible portrait of Willie Nelson. Bruce Campbell lives inside a Boeing 727 converted into a home. He bought and converted it in the middle of an Oregon forest. Now it's a unique tourist destination. Photos of the F-16C taken in low flight over Wales show the pilot in action. The sharpness is such that you can see every gesture on his face. Lucas Zanato, an artist commissioned by the Finnish brand Polig, created the world's smallest cup. Everything was scaled to make the tiniest coffee. Mini advertisements. The world's largest Wurlitzer organ is at Organ Stop Pizza, Arizona. It has 1,074 keys and was inaugurated in 1972. Eating pizza with music like that is another level. Meet Francois Dorlin, a one-of-a-kind photographer who pushes the boundaries of creativity using only his iPhone and a lot of inventiveness. His work is characterized by merging everyday moments with iconic scenes from films and television series, resulting in surprising and original images that capture attention and imagination. The Candela Sate is a luxury yacht that soars above the water thanks to its advanced design, allowing it to fly over the waves. Its approximate price is $50,000, and it can reach a top speed of about 46 miles per hour. Although waves pose a challenge for this type of vessel, its designers assure that it is capable of sailing stably and efficiently, even in waves up to 5 feet high, providing a smooth and fast experience at sea. Selwa Hussein is the star of an astonishing medical story. She is the first woman in the United Kingdom to live thanks to an artificial heart she carries in a backpack. This vital device weighs about 13 pounds and is composed of a battery, a motor, and a pump that pushes air through tubes connected to plastic chambers installed in her chest. These chambers constantly inflate and deflate, allowing blood to circulate throughout the body. Stephanie Millinger, originally from Salzburg, Austria, was born on July 14, 1992, and has gained worldwide recognition for taking acrobatics and contortion to extreme levels. In the tropical rainforests of South America, there's a bird that's impossible to ignore: the umbrella bird. From the genus Cephalopterus, it sports an awning-like crest and a tie-like pendant on its chest. There are 3 known species, and its exotic appearance makes it one of the most unique birds in the world. On the other hand, there's an electric unicycle called the Emotion Adventure, which reaches speeds of 50 miles per hour and has a range of up to 124 miles, offering a compact and completely sustainable design that seems straight out of the future. Meanwhile, in Italy, an amusement park in Nervesa, created by Bruno Ferri and his grandson, features 45 rides powered only by gravity and human power, without a drop of electricity. With an inspiring story, Clay Dyer, a professional fisherman born without limbs, competes using his neck and shoulders, proving that passion and willpower can overcome any limitation. In Peru, there is the Chane Timpishka River, which boils at 194 degrees F due to geothermal activity in Puerto Inca. Its sulfur-rich water is prized for its medicinal properties. For some techie fun, a YouTube channel built a breakfast machine made entirely of Legos. Capable of frying eggs and bacon, it demonstrates what can be achieved with just blocks and creativity. Pete Big Elvis Valet is an Elvis Presley impersonator who performs in Las Vegas. Not only does he nail his voice and moves, he has also won thousands of fans for his unique charisma. The Smith People Mover is a horizontal lift that functions as a moving walkway. It goes up, moves, and lowers, all without changing angles. Ideal for modern architectural spaces, the Small 2 scooter was created by Tom Wilberg. It has wheels that are just 0.63 and 0.87 inches thick. It looks like a toy and only reaches 1.2 mph. Yet, it's fully functional. Matt Jordan transforms wooden blocks into art using a lathe and resin. His videos show the entire process step by step. Anyone can try it with the right tools. Photographer Jan van Eyjeken captured on video how a salamander forms from a single cell. The result is an astonishing visual journey into the miracle of life. PigeonBot is a curious advancement in the field of nature-inspired robotics. It is a flying robot developed with real pigeon feathers, allowing it to accurately replicate the movements of real birds. This ingenious device was created by a team of scientists whose goal was to study the biomechanics of flight in birds in detail. The roseate spoonbill, scientifically known as Platyleia ajaja, is a fascinating aquatic bird notable for its vibrant pink hue, very similar to that of flamingos. This striking coloration is no coincidence, as it comes from the pigments present in the food it consumes, primarily small crustaceans and aquatic organisms. Mimi Choi is a makeup artist who has taken her talent to a completely unusual level. Her specialty is creating hyper-realistic optical illusions on her own body, using her face, arms, or legs as a canvas. Thanks to her mastery of artistic makeup, she is able to transform her skin into surreal scenes that defy visual perception. In China, the Qingdao-Yinshuan Expressway features a truly striking visual system. Colored laser beams run along both sides of the road. This technology isn't decorative, but rather has a very specific function. It was implemented as a measure to combat driver fatigue at night. Before becoming Pope John Paul II, Karol Wojtyła's youth was marked by his love of football. He played as a goalkeeper in local matches in Poland, especially with MKS Krakow, although he was also seen playing as a striker on occasion. His connection to the club was strong throughout his life, and he remained a loyal supporter. Peo is a special horse who dedicates his time to visiting terminally ill patients in various hospitals in France. Affectionately known as Dr. Peo, this horse was previously a competitor in horse racing, but decided to change his path to bring joy and comfort to those facing difficult times. On the global stage, the event known as the Tough Guy Challenge stands out, a 9.3-mile endurance race packed with extreme challenges. Competitors must overcome a total of 32 varied obstacles, including crossing glowing embers, traversing narrow tunnels, and facing lakes protected by electrified wires, among other challenges. Ilayaram Sekar achieved an impressive feat by solving 6 Rubik's Cubes while underwater on a single breath. This feat not only demonstrates his mental dexterity and ability to solve these complex puzzles, but also his incredible lung capacity and physical control. Picture the scene. You're calmly playing golf, focused on your swing, and suddenly, a giant alligator decides to stroll right next to you. That's exactly what happened to some golfers at Buffalo Creek Golf Club. A massive alligator crossed the fairway, calmly heading toward the lake next to the 3rd hole. Lapland, located in northern Finland, is an area where reindeer herding and husbandry are a fundamental part of local life. The inhabitants of this region have a very extensive vocabulary related to these animals, with nearly 400 specific terms to describe them and their distinct characteristics. In 1974, Philippe Petit, a balancing artist from France, performed one of the most daring feats of the century. He crossed the space between the Twin Towers by walking on a cable suspended hundreds of feet above the ground. Although his performance was celebrated as an impressive feat, authorities detained him after descending, as he did not have official authorization to perform it. In Huanglong, China, there are impressive hot springs noted for their vibrant and varied hues. This valley houses natural pools formed by layers of limestone, the result of the accumulation of calcium carbonate from the mineral-laden hot springs. The colors of these pools fluctuate throughout the year. In Poland, there is a street named Obi-Wan Kenobi, in homage to the iconic Jedi Master from the Star Wars saga. The initiative to name this street came from a fanatical neighbor who served on the local council, and his proposal was officially accepted in 2004. Lilian Baez stands out as an exceptionally creative makeup artist who transforms faces into authentic works of art inspired by the world of drawing. She uses special paints designed for skin, achieving striking and highly detailed visual effects. Her work goes beyond traditional makeup, making her designs look like authentic illustrations captured on the skin. Meet Elizabeth Sweetheart, nicknamed the Green Lady of Brooklyn, a textile designer and creator originally from Nova Scotia, Canada. For over 20 years, she has made her distinctive lime green outfit an inseparable part of her identity. Her home is a true sanctuary of the color green. From the doors and staircases to the kitchen utensils and sponges, everything is carefully painted in different shades of green. Petite Cereal is a gourmet cereal made with small, artisanal croissants. Each package contains nearly 250 carefully handcrafted miniatures. Available in New York, this luxury product costs approximately $50 per box. Its production involves a meticulous process that includes dehydration, a sugar and cinnamon glaze, and finally, baking, giving them a deliciously crunchy texture. Martin Vaca, famous for his unconventional automotive creations, performed one of his most astonishing feats by converting a Boeing 727 into a working limousine. The aircraft, now retired from service, underwent a radical transformation. Its wings were removed and its structure adapted so it could legally operate on roads. Ryoyu Kobayashi, one of the most prominent names in Japanese skiing, performed a spectacular jump that has gone around the world. He traveled 955 feet in the air during an 8-second flight. This feat took place in Iceland, where the Red Bull brand installed a special ramp designed exclusively for the athlete to attempt this unprecedented feat. The Asian water buffalo, or wild buffalo, has immense horns that can measure more than a compact car. According to Guinness, they reach 14 feet from tip to tip, an impressive animal, threatened and vital to its ecosystem. Following this giant in Dubai, police patrol in cars like Lamborghinis, Bugattis, and Aston Martins. Rather than chasing criminals, these supercars project an image of luxury and security for tourists. And yes, you can take photos if you see them. Changing continents, in the Himalayas stands the Temple of Kedarnath, at more than 11,500 feet. In 2013, an avalanche devastated the area, but the sanctuary remained intact, as if protected by a miracle. Every year, pilgrims brave the cold and altitude to reach it. Next, we head to Sri Lanka, where a medieval reservoir called Pimbarathawa is still functioning after more than 800 years. It was built during the reign of Parakramabahu I, a monarch who prioritized water and agriculture. This tank still supplies rural areas and proves that ancient engineering was astonishingly advanced. Not far back in time, but still hidden in the forest, lies Eltz Castle, Germany. Belonging to the same family for over 850 years, it has survived wars and revolutions without being sold or destroyed. With 33 generations of history, it still retains its original decor. And from the medieval past, we jump to a seemingly otherworldly sea creature, the leaf slug. Known as Castaciella kuroshime, it photosynthesizes thanks to a process called kleptoplasty. It steals chloroplasts from the algae it eats, using them like a plant to transform light into energy. In the realm of extreme sports, Vadim Makarov and Vitaly Raskolov climbed the Shanghai Tower over 1,970 feet high without safety equipment, risking everything for the adrenaline rush. The Roboboa robot snake, available in Europe and North America, mimics a real boa constrictor. It slithers, stands up, and functions as a lamp or remote control, combining technology and organic design. In Japan, students at the University of Tokyo created a dragon-shaped drone. Its articulated structure allows it to fly, fold, and navigate through narrow spaces autonomously. In Sweden, a little pony named Alvin has achieved something truly extraordinary, earning a place in the Guinness Book of Records. Alvin is the only known pony that can walk a distance of 16 feet using only his hind legs. His trainer, upon meeting him, immediately realized that Alvin possessed a special quality that set him apart from the rest. Tony Boo is a Spanish trials motorcyclist, considered a living legend in the discipline. He has accumulated an impressive record of 34 world championships, divided into 17 titles in the outdoor category and another 17 in the indoor category. Thanks to these achievements, Boo is positioned as the rider with the most world titles in the history of trials. Now we travel to the heart of Saudi Arabia, where enormous umbrellas measuring 82 feet on each side and 66 feet high protect thousands of pilgrims. In Al Haram Square in Medina, these structures fold like flowers and reduce the heat by up to 14 degrees thanks to their special UV-reflecting fabric. Then, science gives eternity a twist. A Swiss company called Al Gordanza transforms human ashes into diamonds. They extract carbon from the remains and subject it to extreme pressure and temperature. The result? A real, one-of-a-kind gem that preserves the essence of the deceased. Traditional Turkish ice cream uses goat's milk and a vegetable thickener from Middle Eastern orchids, giving it that elastic, heat-resistant texture that makes it a unique delicacy. The eastern hognose snake has a trick to scare off its enemies. It inflates itself, writhes, and if that doesn't work, it plays dead. This technique is called thanatosis and confuses predators. Apple Park, Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, is a futuristic, circular building that resembles a spaceship. It has over 2.8 million square feet of offices and green spaces designed to inspire creativity. Edward Mills, a 9-year-old boy, climbed a 492-foot tower to raise funds for cancer in honor of his mother. He became the youngest climber in the United Kingdom to achieve such a feat. The Miyazaki mango is considered the most expensive in the world. Grown in Japan, it has a sweet flavor, a gelatinous texture, and even the peel is edible. A true fruit gem. The Xturismo hoverbike is a Japanese flying motorcycle that reaches 62 miles per hour and rises up to 16 feet. It costs $150,000 and was tested by the Dubai police. Eric Grankvist built a cabin from scratch without using power tools. He used pulleys, axes, and hammers, just like in ancient times. His goal? To live like a real lumberjack. The Kiwami Japan channel created an engagement ring made from human fingernails. Although it sounds strange, the artisanal process and the end result are surprising. Tigers possess extraordinary strength in their hind legs, giving them astonishing leaping prowess, capable of propelling themselves up to 20 feet in the air and covering horizontal distances of more than 33 feet. This makes them agile and lethal predators capable of effectively ambushing their prey. A Belgian creative named Vincent Ball creates visual compositions using the shadows cast by common objects. His artistic method, known as shadowology, transforms ordinary figures into imaginative images. This approach has allowed him to gain widespread recognition on digital platforms thanks to its originality. Svetlana Kapanina is a prominent Russian aviator specializing in aerobatics, internationally recognized for her exceptional talent. Throughout her career, she has won numerous world titles in aerobatic flying competitions. Her ability to execute complex and risky maneuvers has placed her among the best pilots in the world. Brian Stanley suffered the loss of an eye due to retinoblastoma. Instead of opting for a traditional prosthesis, he designed an innovative and practical solution. His prosthetic devices incorporate LED lights that can be used as flashlights. These lights operate for up to 20 continuous hours without generating heat or discomfort. His invention combines functionality and comfort, transforming the experience of those who wear ocular prostheses. The Afghan hound stands out for its sophisticated appearance and its majestic, long, silky coat, which gives it an unmistakable air of nobility. Originating from the mountainous regions of Afghanistan, this breed of sighthound was specifically developed for hunting in difficult terrain, giving it remarkable speed and exceptional endurance. Tony Baloney's, located in New Jersey, has earned a reputation for its original and daring pizzas. It is distinguished by its bold culinary innovation and unconventional combinations that challenge tradition, turning each dish into a surprising and fun gastronomic experience for those seeking flavors outside the box. The Irish Wolfhound, one of the most imposing dog breeds due to its size, can reach heights of around 3.3 feet at the withers, easily towering over dogs like the German Shepherd and leaving an impression of grandeur wherever it goes. Its elongated silhouette, elegant bearing, and past as a wolf hunter in Celtic lands make it a symbol of quiet strength. Appreciated not only for its height, Xinmin Yang is a veteran bodybuilder from China, recognized as one of the first to promote this discipline in his nation. At 74, he defies the passage of time with an appearance that could be mistaken for someone under 50, proving that dedication and constant training can keep the body strong and youthful beyond age. Australian ecosystems are home to a truly striking reptile, the ruffed lizard. This peculiar animal is recognized by a fan-shaped fold of skin that surrounds its head and can unfold dramatically. This mechanism is activated as a defensive strategy when the lizard senses danger, expanding its apparent size to intimidate potential predators. In northern Thailand, specifically in the city of Chiang Rai, stands a one-of-a-kind work, Wat Rong Kun, also known as the White Temple. This construction is not a conventional temple, but a fusion of the sacred and the contemporary. Its gleaming white structure, adorned with inlaid mirrors, represents spiritual purity and the clarity of Buddhist knowledge. The Yancheng Dafeng Dream, located in Jiangsu Province, China, holds the Guinness World Records title for the largest permanent labyrinth on the planet. This impressive structure has been designed to offer a unique experience of exploration and challenge, attracting visitors from around the world. In the heart of Guilin, China, lies a fascinating cavern known for its unique rock formations that have been patiently shaped over millions of years. The Reed Flute Cave stands out for its stone pendants, soaring peaks, and towering limestone columns that create a spectacular underground landscape. This place not only dazzles with its natural richness, but also attracts visitors from all over the world. In October 2023, Bobby, an Alentejo Mastiff who left an indelible mark with his extraordinary longevity, passed away in Portugal. At 31 years and 165 days old, he far exceeded the usual life expectancy for his breed, whose life expectancy is only around 12 to 14 years. This noble canine was recognized worldwide as the longest-lived dog ever recorded. In Hawaii, surfer Ha'akeaolana has taken her training to the next level with a method few would dare to imitate. To strengthen her body and mind, she descends to the bottom of the sea and walks while carrying a 55-pound rock. This unconventional training not only improves her physical endurance, but also helps her remain calm in extreme situations. In the city of Prague, enormous figures cling to the surface, resembling colossal babies. These sculptures, created by the provocative Czech artist David Cherny, are sure to impress. Made of steel and weighing 419 pounds each, these climbing babies have become a surreal symbol of the city. Their disturbing and disproportionate appearance is a blend of criticism, humor, and modern art. The giant anteater, also known as the palm-eating bear, has one of the longest tongues in the animal kingdom, reaching up to 24 inches. This incredible tool is designed for efficient hunting. It is coated in a sticky substance and has small spines pointing towards its throat. Thanks to this adaptation, these curious mammals can devour tens of thousands of ants and termites daily without having to completely destroy their nests. Meet the long-nosed weasel, an enigmatic and little-known creature that is among the most intriguing animals on the planet. This unique marsupial is found only in the temperate forests of Chile and Argentina, especially at altitudes close to 280 feet above sea level. Its appearance and behavior have made it a subject of study for biologists interested in South American fauna. Impression. Liu Sanji is a spectacular nighttime music and light show presented on the waters of the Lijiang River in China. What makes this show unique is that it uses the natural environment itself as a stage, turning the river into the world's largest open-air auditorium. The production was conceived in 2004 by renowned Chinese film director Chang Yimou, who combined traditional elements with modern technology to create an unforgettable experience. Approximately 31 miles west of Bangkok, Thailand, stands a majestic temple known as the Dragon Temple, dominating the surroundings with its imposing structure. Its design stems from an intense spiritual experience of its founder, who conceived every detail during a 7-day fast and deep meditation. The building reaches a height of 262 feet, a symbolic figure representing the years Buddha lived on Earth. Arnold Schwarzenegger made history by becoming the first non-military citizen to own an electric Hummer. The striking red model he chose was based on the classic Han, albeit with even more imposing dimensions. His acquisition marked a milestone, as it combined the power of the iconic military vehicle with a more environmentally friendly propulsion system. Robert Maddox, nicknamed Crazy Rocket Man, is an eccentric American inventor with a passion for extreme speed. He is recognized for building the largest pulse jet engines ever built for experimental vehicles. These powerful gasoline-powered engines generate thrust ranging from about 14 to over 1,000 pounds. Lake Enriquillo, located in the Dominican Republic, is a unique natural formation due to its surface area lying below sea level. This saline lake is the largest of all the Caribbean islands, known as the Antilles. In addition to its unique geographic location, Enriquillo serves as a vital ecosystem for local wildlife, hosting a large population of American crocodiles. In Japan, there are special regulations for professional sumo wrestlers that prevent them from driving cars or motorcycles. This restriction is primarily due to the physical dimensions of these athletes, who, due to their large size, find it difficult to fit properly in conventional vehicles. The Matryoshka diamond is a geological wonder, consisting of one gem encapsulated within another. This unique specimen was discovered in 2019 by a Russian mining company and represents an exceptional find due to its extreme rarity. To date, only one diamond with this characteristic has been found in all of history, which has perplexed scientists. Amaury Guichon stands out as one of the most creative and renowned pastry chefs worldwide. His ability to combine traditional techniques with surprising designs has led him to revolutionize the art of pastry making. Thanks to his talent and innovative vision, he has gained international fame, inspiring a new generation of chefs. The Puli is a dog breed originating from Hungary, famous for its unmistakable appearance. Its most distinctive feature is its coat made up of thick, long curls, which in some specimens can touch the ground. These dogs, originally bred for herding, are agile and full of energy. Furthermore, their woolly coat provides them with protection from adverse weather conditions. A unique feature of the Spanish village of Setenil de las Bodegas is that many of its homes are partially located under enormous natural rocks. This characteristic is due to the town's location within a canyon formed by the erosion of the Guadalquivir River over thousands of years. In Japan, traditional public telephones have undergone a surprising transformation with the rise of mobile phones. To prevent these booths from falling into oblivion, municipal authorities have found ingenious ways to give them new life. One of the most original ideas has been to transform them into tiny aquariums visible to the public, filled with fish and aquatic plants. An impressive life-size Gundam statue, reaching 59 feet in height, has been erected in China. This monumental figure adorns the main entrance of the Lalaport shopping mall in Shanghai. Its construction was announced in July 2020 and was completed in April 2021, generating great excitement among fans. Although there are other Gundam statues around the world, this one stands out as the first to incorporate mechanisms for realistic movement. Macquarie is an isolated island in the vast Pacific Ocean, approximately halfway between Australia and Antarctica. This remote location is known for hosting exclusive colonies of penguins and seals, which thrive in their wild environment. From a geological perspective, Macquarie is notable for being one of the few places where oceanic crust and rocks from the Earth's mantle emerge above the sea surface. Kimchi is an emblematic preparation of South Korean cuisine, made by fermenting vegetables. Its most common ingredients include Chinese cabbage, radish, garlic, and ground red chili, which gives it an intense and spicy flavor. This food is not only essential to the Korean table, but is also valued for its digestive benefits, thanks to its richness in probiotics. The colossal puppets created by the French company Royal Deluxe are a marvel of modern street theater. These animated sculptures of enormous size impress with their level of detail and movement. Each figure requires the coordination of around 30 people to bring it to life before the audience. The most imposing one reaches nearly 36 feet in height and weighs several tons. Despite its name, the white rhinoceros has a grayish hue to its skin, not white. This imposing creature, which can weigh up to 2.5 tons, faces a critical threat of extinction. Its existence is jeopardized by illegal hunting, driven by the value of its horns on the black market. Furthermore, the reduction of its natural habitat has accelerated its decline. The dodo, a bird native and exclusive to the Mauritius Islands, disappeared in a surprisingly short period of time, just 80 years after it was first sighted. This rapid extinction was primarily due to pressure from human activity and the arrival of introduced species that altered its natural ecosystem. The Densuke watermelon, grown exclusively in Japan, is considered the most expensive fruit in the world. Its price can easily exceed $6,000 per unit due to its rarity and unique characteristics. This special variety is distinguished by its completely black skin and sweet, juicy flavor, making it a highly coveted luxury product. On the remote Isles of Scilly, the world's smallest football league is contested, consisting of only two teams, the Garrison Gunners and the Woolpack Wanderers. Each season, these two teams compete in a variable number of matches, ranging from 14 to 20. Despite its small size, this competition has a history dating back to the 1920s and keeps the island's passion for football alive to this day. In certain places, such as New York City, authorities use an unconventional method to deal with speedy drivers. When someone accumulates multiple unpaid traffic violations, the police can attach a suction cup device called the barnacle to their windshield. This panel completely blocks the driver's view, preventing the vehicle from moving safely until the debt is settled. Santa Cruz del Islote, located off the coast of Colombia, is recognized as the most densely populated island on the planet. Despite its small size, barely over 2.5 acres, this tiny island is home to approximately 100 inhabitants. The concentration of people in such a limited space makes daily life there very unique, with homes and activities closely intertwined. According to data provided by the World Meteorological Organization, located in Dallas, Texas, the imposing sculpture called the Giant Eyeball has become a point of interest for visitors from all over. With a height of over 30 feet, this work of art holds the title of the largest sculpted eye in the world. The Naja Naja, commonly known as the spectacled cobra, is easily distinguished by a distinctive pattern on its hood. Two black spots connected by a curved line that resembles a pair of glasses. These snakes typically average about 3 feet in length, although they can occasionally reach almost 6 feet. Since 2003, Mark Court, a talented British artist, has been exclusively responsible for applying the decorative lines to Rolls-Royce automobiles. His workshop is located at the Goodwood factory in England, where he creates each stroke by hand without resorting to automated technology. This artisanal technique guarantees a unique and personalized finish for each vehicle. Furthermore, buyers have the option of commissioning special, elaborate designs. The Hanging Temple, also known as Xuan Kong, is suspended on the side of a cliff 246 feet above the ground, near Mount Heng in Shanxi Province, China. Its construction dates back more than a century and is attributed to a monk named Liao Ran. Meet the green toucanet, a truly unique bird due to its vibrant plumage. This tiny species is native to Venezuela and is usually found in forested areas ranging from low altitudes of 328 feet to heights close to 6,200 feet above sea level. Its presence in these diverse ecosystems makes it an essential component of the local biodiversity, notable for its beauty and adaptability. One of the world's most fascinating and charming felines is the caracal. This wild species inhabits the arid, open regions of Africa and parts of Western Asia. Nocturnal in habit, the caracal is easily distinguished by its long, black, tufted ears, which it uses with great precision to detect sounds around it. At the Liseberg Amusement Park in Gothenburg, Sweden, stands one of Europe's most impressive freefall towers, Atmosphere. This structure reaches 381 feet in height, and from a platform located 328 feet above the ground, brave visitors are launched into the void. During the descent, speeds of up to 68 miles per hour are reached, offering a dizzying and unforgettable experience. In the world's oceans, there is a creature that has captured the attention of scientists and sea lovers alike. This is Deep Blue, a colossal female great white shark that holds the record as the most impressive specimen ever documented. Although she was first discovered in the 1990s, it wasn't until 2013 that the first visual footage confirming her enormous size was obtained. In the heart of South Africa lies the Wonderwork Cave, an archaeological site of enormous historical significance that has been identified as the oldest human-inhabited cave on the planet. Researchers from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, along with experts from the University of Toronto, discovered clear signs of early human activity inside, including remains of controlled fires and rudimentary stone tools. In the heart of the Black Forest, Germany, lies the charming village of Schiltach, famous for offering a unique experience of lodging in houses built among the trees. These elevated dwellings combine the magic of the natural environment with all modern comforts. Gernot Smild, nicknamed the Cloudmaster, is an innovative Dutch-born artist who has devised a unique and captivating method. His process combines smoke, steam, and tiny water droplets to create fleeting clouds within enclosed spaces. These atmospheric formations have a very limited lifespan and quickly disappear. However, thanks to photography, it is possible to preserve and appreciate their ephemeral beauty. Meet the Cheetos pants, a bold and unusual piece of clothing created based on the famous snack of the same name. This garment stands out for its intense colors, primarily a bright orange, combined with touches of black or red that recall both the packaging and the snack's characteristic hue. One of the most unique and peculiar aircraft on the planet stands out for its design reminiscent of a giant whale. This aircraft, known as the Airbus Beluga XL, was put into service in 2019. Its main function is to transport bulky and oversized loads that cannot be transported by conventional aircraft. Thanks to its special structure, it facilitates the efficient movement of large materials. In the rainforests of Central and South America, an exotic plant grows that has captured attention for its unusual appearance. Psychotria elata, popularly nicknamed sensual lips for the shape of its bright red bracts, this species stands out for its makeup-like appearance. Curiously, what appears to be a pair of fleshy lips are actually modified leaves surrounding the small white flowers located in the center. Hirotaka Hamasaki is a talented Japanese teacher who has gained recognition for his exceptional ability to create masterpieces using school chalk. This art teacher and graphic designer daily transforms his classroom blackboard into a canvas, where he recreates famous paintings and breathtaking scenes with incredible precision and detail. Then it turns out that a multicolored mountain like Mount Bakhti in Kazakhstan was once a seabed millions of years ago. Its reddish, lilac, and ochre layers are marine sediments from the ancient Tethys Ocean, not paintings. Gordon Ramsay is a Scottish chef who conquered the world with his explosive character and passion for cooking. His restaurants have Michelin stars, and he has gained fame on television for his direct and demanding style. Beyond his on-screen shouts, he has managed to transform his talent into a culinary empire. Today, he is considered one of the most influential figures in international cuisine. Bird murmuration is a natural spectacle that mesmerizes anyone. Thousands of starlings fly together, creating figures in the sky that resemble perfect choreography. It is believed that this phenomenon helps confuse predators, maintain warmth, or communicate as a group. Watching them move in perfect synchrony is like witnessing a collective dance of nature. Piloncillo is an artisanal sweetener made from unrefined sugarcane. Its dark color and intense flavor with caramel notes make it unique in cooking. It is generally sold in cones or blocks and can also be grated for easy use. In Mexico and Latin America, it's used in desserts, traditional dishes, and drinks like café de olla. Snow Graffiti is a YouTube channel that teaches how to create Christmas decorations with artificial spray-on snow. With simple steps, they turn an ordinary window into a canvas filled with garlands, candles, and festive characters. The style is like graffiti, but bright and white, perfect for the season. Ideal for those who love DIY and adding a magical touch to their home. The spray-on dresses look like something out of a futuristic movie. They use liquid fibers that are sprayed directly onto the body and, when dry, form a seamless, form-fitting garment. These fabrics can be customized in texture and shape and are recyclable. A perfect fusion of science, fashion, and art in real time. Dates are tiny treasures of energy that grow on palm trees in arid climates. Their natural sweetness makes them an ideal snack, providing fiber, potassium, magnesium, and vitamins. Depending on the variety, they can be soft and juicy or drier and firmer. They are so nutritious that they have been a staple food in the desert for centuries. Isaac Cord transforms simple metal colanders into true works of art. With his project, he transforms projected shadows into faces that appear on the ground when his sculptures are illuminated. The fusion of light, space, and everyday objects creates a striking visual effect. His work transforms the urban environment into a setting for creativity and reflection. The hedgehog is a small mammal covered in spines that curls into a ball for defense. It lives in forests, grasslands, and even urban gardens, and is primarily nocturnal. Its diet includes insects, earthworms, fruits, and small invertebrates. Although its vision is limited, it compensates with an extraordinary sense of smell and hearing. Daniel James Drake elevates pancakes to the level of art. Using a frying pan and batter, he creates portraits, figures, and colorful designs that look like paintings. His creations blend technique, patience, and creativity, surprising millions on social media. He transformed everyday food into a unique artistic expression. Electric mosquito rackets are an insect's nightmare. Shaped like a tennis racket, they have an electrified mesh that eliminates pests with just a touch. They are battery-operated and safe and easy to use. A quick and practical way to get rid of mosquitoes without resorting to chemicals. The Megalopolis caterpillar, also known as the plush caterpillar, appears harmless due to its fluffy appearance. Its body is covered with fine hairs that appear soft but are stinging. A simple touch can cause irritation or allergic reactions. It is the larva of a moth that lives in regions of Central and South America. Woodworking art is a channel that combines carpentry and a passion for cars. Using hand-carved wood, they create detailed scale model car replicas. Each video shows the process step by step, revealing the precision and talent behind each model. Their creations look like museum pieces, crafted with pure patience and skill. Xenia Horoshilova, better known as Shoku, creates hypnotic soap bubble shows. Her shows at weddings and events blend light, color, and delicacy, transforming bubbles into art. From Russia, she shares her talent on Instagram, where thousands enjoy her magic. With each performance, she turns the ephemeral into an unforgettable moment. On the Brazilian island of Maranhão, police patrol on buffalo. These animals are perfect for flooded and jungle terrain where neither cars nor horses can resist. Thanks to their strength and endurance, they allow officers to reach remote areas, a unique strategy for combating crime in an extreme environment. Edible water capsules are an eco-friendly alternative to plastic. They are made from a biodegradable algae-based membrane and can be drunk in one bite. Ideal for mass events, they reduce waste and promote sustainability. Small, practical, and planet-friendly, the police grab crane is an innovation for stopping fleeing cars. A net is deployed from the bumper of the patrol car and hooks the rear wheels of the suspect vehicle. When blocked, the car stops without dangerous collisions, a tool that saves lives in high-speed chases. Weightlifting is an Olympic sport that combines strength, technique, and explosiveness. Athletes lift a barbell loaded with plates in two main movements, the snatch and the clean and jerk. Each lift requires precision and absolute control. It is a discipline that pushes the limits of the human body's power. Smoke in beekeeping is an essential tool for calming bees. It is generated from natural materials such as wood or dried leaves, producing a dense, harmless smoke. Upon sensing this, bees believe there's a fire and fill up on honey, becoming less aggressive. This helps beekeepers work more safely. Dragon bamboo is a Chinese variety highly prized in gardening. Its thin, elegant stems reach up to 16 feet and form vibrant green foliage. It's ideal for hedges or privacy screens without becoming invasive. A plant that combines beauty and practicality in gardens. The world's largest iPhone measures over 6.5 feet and is fully functional. It was created by YouTubers Arun Maini and Matthew Perks, who used an 88-inch screen. This giant allows users to send messages, take photos, and browse like a normal cell phone. The invention broke the Guinness World Record for the largest replica of a smartphone. Embroidered tattoos have become an artistic trend that seeks to simulate the texture of real embroidery on the skin. These designs achieve a striking visual effect thanks to very fine lines, detailed shading, and vivid colors. Their three-dimensional appearance mimics techniques such as cross-stitch or fabric applique. These tattoos require great skill and precision, making each piece unique and spectacular. Taiwan's winter melon is a highly prized fruit in both gastronomy and traditional medicine. Its dark green skin is covered in a distinctive, waxy layer, while its juicy white interior absorbs the flavors of its accompanying ingredients. It's consumed in soups, desserts, and even teas, thanks to its freshness and slightly sweet taste. It's also low in calories and very hydrating, making it a health ally. The monkey caterpillar is one of nature's most striking larvae due to its strange appearance. Its body is covered in dense, branching hairs that make it look like a furry creature or even a small arachnid. These filaments not only camouflage it, but also contain stinging toxins that cause irritation upon contact. For this reason, it's considered poisonous, although fascinating for insect lovers. The 5D cinema is an immersive experience that combines three-dimensional projection with physical sensations in the theater. The seats move to the rhythm of the on-screen action, simulating vibrations, falls, or jolts. In addition, effects such as wind, rain, fog, flashing lights, and even aromas are added, transforming each scene into something real. In this way, the film becomes an experience that goes far beyond just watching. Llamas, native to the Andean region, have accompanied South American peoples for centuries. They are docile and social animals, raised primarily as a means of transportation and a source of wool. They reach almost 6.5 feet, including the neck, and weigh up to 440 pounds, with thick fur that can be white, brown, black, or mottled. Today, they remain an important part of rural life and a symbol of Andean culture. Steven de Groot is a designer who surprises with his creativity in everyday products. Through detailed sketches, he shares the process of how he imagines objects such as hairdryers and sunglasses. His technique stands out for its use of bright colors and a style that gives an artistic twist to common objects. His publications have made him a reference for those who enjoy industrial design. There is a clear difference between vegetables and plants that is often overlooked. The term vegetable encompasses all edible parts of plants: roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits. In contrast, when we talk about vegetables, we refer only to the tender green parts, such as lettuce, spinach, or broccoli. So, all vegetables are vegetables, but not all vegetables are vegetables. Brain coral gets its name from its resemblance to the surface of the human brain. Its round structure with grooves and folds is found in tropical and subtropical reefs. It is a hard coral that helps form reef barriers thanks to its calcareous skeleton. It also houses tiny algae that photosynthesize, providing it with the energy it needs to survive. Kailan Shah is an artist who combines geometry with movement in colorful abstract works. He uses unusual techniques such as pendulums and trapezoids to create fluid patterns that appear to move on their own. The result is dynamic paintings that blend mathematical precision with expressive spontaneity. His creations take painting to an almost kinetic and highly innovative experience. Edgar Paulo is dedicated to creating personalized baskets and gifts that dazzle with their originality. He shares his creative process on his social media, inspiring those who want to learn how to design unique gifts. One of his most notable works is his arrangements with teddy bears and flowers inside transparent balloons. His style has won over thousands of followers who appreciate his ingenuity and perfection in every detail. Eggplant is a versatile vegetable recognized for its shiny skin and spongy interior. Although it can be bitter if undercooked, its mild flavor makes it ideal for absorbing seasonings and spices. It provides water, fiber, and antioxidants, making it highly beneficial for health. In the kitchen, it can be fried, baked, stewed, or roasted, always adapting to different culinary styles. EVA spacesuits are true personal capsules that allow astronauts to survive in space. They are made of multiple layers, one to protect against micro-impacts, another to regulate temperature, an internal pressure layer, and a life support system. They allow astronauts to breathe pure oxygen and eliminate carbon dioxide in a vacuum. Their complex technology makes every spacewalk a safe feat. Sho Sugi-ban is a Japanese wood preservation technique with an artistic touch. It involves burning the surface of wood to create a carbonized layer that protects it. This makes it more resistant to insects, moisture, and deterioration, in addition to giving it an elegant, dark finish. Their shades range from deep black to gray hues with a unique texture. Keyboard cases for cell phones aim to restore the convenience of physical keys. These accessories protect the device while adding a keyboard that connects via Bluetooth or directly. They are compact, lightweight, and allow for more precise typing than on a touchscreen. Some include an extra battery, making the phone an even more practical tool. Cave diving is an extreme discipline that combines underwater exploration with adrenaline. Unlike open ocean diving, it takes place in enclosed spaces, where visibility is often poor. Divers must carry special equipment with additional tanks, powerful flashlights, and communication systems. Only the most prepared dare to dive into these mysterious underground labyrinths. Play Robot is a machine inspired by the natural movement of a salamander. Created by Harvard scientists, this robot features a flexible, articulated structure that mimics the animal's spine and limbs. Thanks to its design, it can move efficiently on both land and water. Its main objective is to help study animal locomotion and apply it to advanced robotics. The Australian bustard is one of the largest land birds on the oceanic continent. It can measure more than 3 feet tall and weigh up to 40 pounds. Its mottled brown and beige plumage allows it to camouflage itself among arid vegetation. It is a robust bird with a long neck and small head, which is imposing when seen in its natural environment. Martin Lagares is a sculptor specializing in working with clay to bring lifelike figures to life. His pieces capture human gestures and movements with surprising precision. For him, clay is not just a material but a language that conveys emotions and visual narratives. Each of his sculptures is a dialogue between technique and artistic sensibility. Silk is obtained from the cocoons formed by mature silkworms. Each one produces a continuous thread that is carefully unwound after immersing the cocoon in hot water. By joining several threads, a strong strand is obtained, which is then woven. This ancient process has turned silk into a luxurious fabric prized worldwide. Ladybugs are small insects with bright colors, such as red or yellow with black dots. Their vivid hues warn predators of their unpleasant taste and the chemicals they release when attacked. Despite their tiny size, they are valuable allies for agriculture. They feed on pests such as aphids, helping to keep crops healthy. Military tanks are armored vehicles designed to withstand the most hostile environments. They feature thick armor that protects them against explosions and projectiles, as well as great firepower. Their cannons, machine guns, and even missiles allow them to cope with difficult terrain. Equipped with advanced vision and detection systems, they are key pieces in modern combat strategy. Lindsay Burkowski is an auto mechanic who has become a social media sensation. From Pennsylvania, USA, she shares her talent for restoring and modifying pickup trucks. What's interesting is her technique for signing vehicles using an angle grinder, which has made her stand out on TikTok and Instagram, where she already has hundreds of thousands of followers. Her unique style has established her as a true metal artist. There is a television that surprises with its tiny size. It's the Teeny TV, considered the smallest in the world, with a barely 1-inch color screen. Despite its compact size, it has a remote control and rotary knobs that allow you to change channels and adjust the volume. It even plays videos, offering the experience of a real television in a pocket-sized version. The KFC chain decided to surprise its customers with an unusual offering: the chicken donut sandwich. Imagine a crispy, hand-breaded chicken fillet sandwiched between 2 warm, glazed donuts. The mix of savory and sweet created an unexpected contrast that many wanted to try. Although it was a temporary release, it left a lasting impression on those who dared to try it. Video game designer Koji Nishino of Game Freak is famous for inspiring one of the most beloved Pokémon. His colleagues nicknamed him Kirby for his habit of eating a lot and then falling asleep. That nickname influenced the birth of Snorlax, which inherited both his relaxed appearance and his gluttonous behavior. Later, the art director himself confirmed that it was true. Nishino was the spark behind this character. Murat Koch is a German chiropractor who cares for animals such as dogs, cats, and horses. Using manual techniques and specialized tools, he manages to improve the mobility of his furry patients. His charisma and professionalism have won over not only the owners, but also millions on social media. Watching him work is almost magical, as he helps the animals relax and regain their well-being in a short time. Horse sweat is unique in the animal world. Unlike other types of sweat, it contains a protein called lathrun, which, when mixed with movement and air, forms foam. This is why, during intense exercise, a foamy layer can be seen appearing on the horse's neck and chest. Furthermore, this sweat is rich in electrolytes such as sodium and potassium, essential for maintaining the animal's body temperature and fluid balance. Dynamite is used in mining and construction to carry out controlled explosions. Thanks to its enormous power, it is capable of fracturing very resistant rocks and structures. These operations require precise calculations regarding the quantity and placement of the explosive for safe fragmentation. Although shocking, it is an essential technique for large-scale projects. MotoGP is considered the elite of speed motorcycling. Unlike other categories, prototypes designed solely for racing are used here and are not available to the public. Each season, riders from around the world race around the circuits in pursuit of the world title. The competition stands out for its cutting-edge technology, teamwork, and, above all, the impressive skill of the riders. Anucha Cha Sashar is a Thai artist who has taken cosplay to the next level. Using everyday objects, he recreates famous characters in a fun and inventive way. From plastic bags to fruit, everything serves as material for his inexpensive and surprising costumes. His creativity has earned him millions of followers who enjoy his humor and originality. On YouTube, the America's Cobbler channel has won over thousands of craft lovers. Jim McFarlane, a third-generation shoemaker, shows in detail how he restores damaged shoes. His videos cover everything from deep cleaning to final polishing, turning each repair into an art form. The ambient sound in his workshop also provides a relaxing experience for viewers. An automated chicken coop called PBER has revolutionized the way we raise poultry. This enormous mobile structure can house up to 6,000 chickens and moves automatically in a matter of minutes. It runs on solar power, and its motorized wheels allow it to adapt to different terrains. With this system, the birds always have access to fresh grass, and the soil regenerates naturally. Bees build honeycombs with a perfect geometric shape, the hexagon. This shape allows them to maximize the space without leaving gaps, unlike circles or triangles. It also requires less wax, which is vital since producing it consumes a lot of energy. Thanks to this design, the honeycombs are strong, lightweight, and efficient for storing honey, pollen, and brood. Dinner in the Sky is a gastronomic experience that combines luxury and adrenaline. Diners enjoy their dishes at a table suspended 165 feet high by a crane. Originating in Belgium, this concept has been replicated in more than 60 countries. Dining while admiring a breathtaking panoramic view is a memory few forget. Iberdrola developed a surprising project, subway turnstiles that generate energy. Inspired by the mechanism of automatic watches, they transform the footsteps of passengers into electricity. In tests conducted in Paris, they managed to produce more than 2,000 watts per day. This technology could be implemented throughout the entire transportation system, contributing to energy savings. The turkey is a bird native to North America with great cultural significance. Its bright plumage and bare head with red wattles make it unmistakable. Males are usually larger than females and emit a distinctive call during courtship. In Mexico, turkeys are deeply linked to the traditions and cuisine of special celebrations. Oysters are mollusks, highly prized for their flavor and nutritional value. Their irregular shell protects a fleshy body whose taste varies depending on the water where they are raised. They provide protein, iron, calcium, and B vitamins, in addition to being low in calories. They can be enjoyed raw, fried, or prepared in various gourmet recipes. Sony has created a microsurgical robot capable of performing extremely delicate procedures. It is used in areas such as ophthalmology and neurosurgery, where precision is vital. Its robotic arms perform micrometric movements with complete stability, avoiding human tremors. This advancement represents a huge leap in the safety of complex operations. Vietnamese artist Minh Mao has specialized in the art of papercraft. Using paper templates, he designs three-dimensional figures that anyone can build at home. His creations include characters from anime, video games, and popular culture, always with great detail. He also offers free models to encourage more people to explore this hobby. The process of loading suitcases onto an airplane is more complex than it seems. Retractable conveyor belts carry each piece into the cargo hold. Workers must meticulously arrange everything, even under time pressure. Their goal is to ensure each suitcase arrives safely at its correct destination. The golden tortoise beetle is an insect that looks like something out of a jewelry store. Its transparent shell reflects golden, reddish, or coppery hues, making it shine like a small shield. It lives primarily in North America and feeds on plants like sweet potatoes. Its metallic appearance makes it one of nature's most striking insects. Chef's Table is a Netflix documentary series that elevates gastronomy to the level of art. Each episode focuses on a renowned chef and showcases their philosophy, history, and creative process. The visual production is stunning, capturing both the details of the dishes and the atmosphere of the restaurants. More than a program, it is a sensory journey through the kitchen. Legoland is a chain of theme parks inspired by the famous building blocks. With roller coasters, shows, and structures made from millions of pieces, it sparks the imagination of both young and old. You can see replicas of cities, monuments, and iconic figures built with Lego. In addition, many parks feature themed hotels, ideal for unforgettable family vacations. In January 2023, Pizza Hut, together with a famous YouTuber, set a world record by preparing the largest pizza on the planet. This pepperoni monster occupied more than 13,000 square feet and was served in 68,000 slices. To achieve this, tons of dough, cheese, sauce, and nearly 64,000 slices of sausage were used. It all took place in Los Angeles and left thousands of people with their stomachs full and their mouths wide open. In the city of Madurai, India, lies the majestic Meenakshi Amman Temple, a jewel of Dravidian architecture. Its 14 towers rise more than 165 feet, covered with colorful figures of gods, demons, and mythological animals. It was built 2,500 years ago and rebuilt in the 15th century, covering about 15 acres. Its courtyards, ponds, and the hall, with 1,000 sculpted pillars, make it a cultural and spiritual spectacle. Fot volleyball is a sport that blends the best of soccer and volleyball. Played on a sand court with a net, teams of two must pass the ball without using hands or arms. Only feet, head, thighs, and shoulders. The objective is to land the ball in the opponent's court without touching their own. Agility and coordination are key to enjoying this acrobatic discipline. Stefan Holm, a Swedish high jump specialist, is considered an athletics legend. In Athens 2004, he won the Olympic gold medal by clearing 7 feet 8 3/4 inches with impeccable technique. Throughout his career, he achieved European and world titles and a personal best of 7 feet 10.5 inches. His discipline and perseverance made him a world leader in this competition. In Taiwan, there is the eccentric modern toilet restaurant, a place where everything revolves around bathrooms. The seats are toilets, the tables are sinks, and the food is served in mini toilets, bathtubs, and urinals. Dishes range from curries to ice creams that simulate unusual shapes. It's an experience that blends humor and flavor in equal measure. The Sonu sleep system was created with side sleepers in mind. Its mattress has a special channel that allows arms and shoulders to sink in, reducing pressure and improving posture. It also includes lateral and vertical support pillows to adapt to the body's movement. The idea is to achieve deep, discomfort-free rest. In California, there is a company called Draws Kapap that turns vehicles into true works of art. Using a traditional pen plotter, they create detailed drawings of cars, motorcycles, airplanes, and even boats. Their Instagram account is filled with spectacular illustrations that look like they're straight out of a comic book. They also offer personalized services to capture even your favorite airports on paper. In India, many brick factories still operate using traditional methods and extensive human effort. Workers carry large quantities of bricks on their heads, positioned on perfectly balanced towers. This system allows them to transport enormous volumes over uneven terrain with surprising speed. Although tough, the trade demonstrates impressive dexterity. From Iceland, Isaac Finnbogason has conquered Instagram with his talent as a drone pilot. His videos show waterfalls, volcanoes, and glaciers from seemingly impossible angles. Using high-quality equipment, he manages to capture close-up eruptions and unique landscapes. His work stands out for its spectacular nature and the technical precision of each shot. In Colombia, the black and white carnival in Pasto is one of the most colorful in the world. Between January 2 and 7, the streets are filled with giant floats, music, and parades. The festival blends indigenous, African, and Spanish traditions into a single celebration. In 2009, it was declared an intangible cultural heritage site by UNESCO. On January 21, 2025, a unique astronomical phenomenon will occur. 6 planets aligned in the sky, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus, will be visible to the naked eye at dusk. Uranus and Neptune, more distant, will require a telescope to appreciate. It will be a cosmic parade that few will want to miss. The cold waters of the Pacific are home to the peculiar Ophiodon elongatus, known as the blue-fleshed fish. Its flesh retains a bluish hue even after cooking, making it striking. It can measure up to 3 feet 3 inches and has an elongated body with a robust head. Despite its strange appearance, it is completely edible. A curious kitchen trick is to skim soups or broths using ice cubes. Place the ice on a spoon, and when submerged, the fat adheres to its surface. When cooled quickly, the fat solidifies and can be easily removed. This creates a lighter dish without losing flavor. The AMG Hyperventure is a luxury off-road truck designed for extreme adventures. It features a powerful engine, advanced suspension, and futuristic design. It also has a folding tent for comfortable camping anywhere. It's designed for those who want luxury in the wilderness. Vlad Kolviak is a Ukrainian potter who showcases his talent on social media. His videos reveal everything from preparing clay to creating unique pieces. On Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, he shares his passion for ceramics live. His skill and creativity have made him a leading figure in this art. The teppanyaki show is a Japanese culinary experience that blends cooking and entertainment. The chef prepares food on a griddle in front of an audience with precise movements. Between knife tricks, flames, and food figures, he keeps everyone fascinated. It's eating and having fun at the same time. The hydraulic folding car awning is the perfect ally for outdoor activities. It unfolds in seconds and protects from the sun, rain, and wind. Made of durable materials, it offers durability and safety. It's ideal for camping, picnics, or protecting your vehicle on trips. Capsule hotels in Japan revolutionize the way we stay in small spaces. Each capsule measures about 6.5 feet long by 3 feet wide and 3 feet high. They include a bed, power outlets, ventilation, and even televisions in some cases. They are perfect for budget travelers or those who love a different experience. The Otome is a small Japanese robot designed to clean cell phone and tablet screens. It moves automatically with brushes and sensors to prevent it from falling off the edges. It removes fingerprints, dust, and grease in a matter of minutes. Compact and friendly, it turns boring homework into something fun. Viereljeppen is a traditional Dutch sport that combines strength, balance, and courage. It involves using a long pole to cross a water channel. The competitor runs, jumps, climbs the pole, and lands as far as possible. It's a cultural tradition turned into a sporting spectacle. Shrink wrap is a plastic material created to wrap products and adapt perfectly to their shape when heat is applied. It's generally made of polyethylene, PVC, or polyolefin, and its transparency allows you to clearly see what it's protecting. It's very useful for keeping products free from dust, moisture, and damage during transport. That's why it's used in the food, pharmaceutical, and industrial industries. There's an incredible Lego model that replicates the famous Air Force One, the United States presidential plane. It's built with millions of pieces that manage to represent every detail of the Boeing 747. From its blue and white design to the presidential crest, everything is meticulously recreated. It even has interiors with rest areas, cabins, and workspaces. The fastest bicycle on the planet looks more like a rocket than a pedal vehicle. Its aerodynamic design is so extreme that it encloses the rider in a closed capsule, minimizing air resistance. Made of carbon fiber, it is lightweight yet very strong. The rider pedals in a reclined position as if they were a pilot inside a human rocket. Laser engraving on 3D crystals allows three-dimensional figures to be created inside transparent blocks without touching their surface. Precision lasers are used to generate tiny internal fractures in the crystal. This creates portraits, landscapes, or custom designs with a striking effect. The result is a piece with impressive depth and detail. Water polo is a sport that combines swimming, strategy, and strength in the water. Two teams of 7 players compete against each other to score goals by throwing a ball into the opposing goal. Players must stay afloat and maneuver with special moves while battling their opponents. It is an intense, physical contact game where endurance is everything. Dome houses are spherical buildings that are as beautiful as they are durable. Their structure allows for even weight distribution, enabling them to withstand hurricanes, earthquakes, and strong winds. They are made with materials ranging from concrete to wood and compacted earth. They are also very energy efficient thanks to their aerodynamic design. In Idaho, a content creator named Elias Herrera has become famous on TikTok thanks to his pet cow, Bruce. He adopted him when he was just 3 days old and bottle-fed him for months. Today, Bruce appears in videos cooking or touring the house with his owner. These hilarious scenes have accumulated more than 100 million views. Coffee begins its journey in the coffee cherries, from which the seeds we know as beans are extracted. After harvesting, the pulp is removed and they are fermented to remove residue. They are then washed and sun-dried until they reach the perfect humidity. Once ready, the beans are roasted and ground, creating the aroma and flavor we enjoy so much. In Japan, a young artist named Kuroni creates portraits and scenes with projected shadows from cardboard sculptures. He uses hundreds of assembled pieces that, when lit from precise angles, give life to spectacular silhouettes. His work blends traditional and contemporary art in unique creations. Thousands of people follow his work on Instagram, where each piece is more striking than the last. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, faces a monumental challenge to keep it spotless. Its 24,000 glass panels must be constantly cleaned, a process that can take up to 3 months. The heat, winds, and desert dust make the task even more complicated. A team of experts with special equipment risks everything to keep it sparkling clean. In Korea, artist Jae-won Lee has taken balloon twisting to the next level. His creations are not just playful figures, but realistic replicas of food dishes made entirely from balloons. With patience and skill, he manages to imitate culinary textures and shapes in surprising ways. His originality has earned him great fame on social media. Braces are small pieces of metal, plastic, or ceramic that help align teeth. They are attached with special adhesives and connected by a metal arch wire that exerts constant pressure. Over time, they correct the bite and improve the patient's smile. To work properly, they require regular checkups and strict oral hygiene. The uneven bars are one of the most spectacular apparatus in women's artistic gymnastics. They consist of 2 bars of different heights on which athletes perform amazing twists, flights, and transitions. This apparatus combines strength, flexibility, and coordination to the maximum. Each routine is a blend of precision, creativity, and absolute control. The orangutan, with its reddish fur and long arms, is one of the most intelligent primates. It lives in the forests of Borneo and Sumatra, spending most of its time in the trees. Adult males develop large cheeks, called phalanges, and are much larger than females. Their agility allows them to reach fruit and move easily through the canopy. The kugwa, a climbing plant native to South America, is famous for the sweet aroma emanating from its fruits. These have smooth skin and colors ranging from yellow to deep purple. Its juicy pulp is used in juices and jams, as well as in perfumery, a plant that captivates with both its flavor and fragrance. The howitzer is an artillery weapon capable of firing projectiles in curved trajectories. Thanks to this, it can hit targets hidden behind hills or fortifications. It is available in large calibers and allows for different types of ammunition. Its versatility makes it a key weapon in military scenarios. The Cayenne firestripe corn snake stands out for its bright red stripe that runs along its entire body. This mutation of the species gives it an exotic and striking appearance. As an adult, it can measure between 3 and 5 feet. It is one of the most sought-after varieties among reptile enthusiasts. Giant pumpkins are true agricultural marvels, weighing more than 2,200 pounds. Their color is usually bright orange, although green or yellow varieties also exist. They are primarily grown for size competitions and require extensive care. Their cultivation demands rich soil, constant irrigation, and warm temperatures. Danish artist Thomas Dambo creates enormous sculptures using recycled materials, primarily wood. His works often depict fantastical creatures like giants that seem to emerge from the forest. Each piece blends seamlessly with nature, lending a magical touch to the environment. His rustic and charming style has won thousands of admirers around the world. In military training, tear gas is used to prepare soldiers for extreme situations. It causes irritation to the eyes, skin, and respiratory tract, simulating real combat conditions. This exercise teaches soldiers to remain calm and work as a team under pressure. It is a grueling test that strengthens both physically and mentally. Some stylists have turned hair into an artistic canvas. With their creativity, they are able to sculpt everything from animals to vehicles on their clients' heads. Each hairstyle requires precision and impressive hair management. These unique works circulate on social media and amaze millions of people around the world. Human DNA is a true biological encyclopedia. It contains more than 3 billion base pairs that dictate how our bodies function. Although for a long time much of it was thought to be useless and called junk DNA, it is now known to have essential regulatory and structural functions. This genetic universe still holds secrets that science is only just beginning to unravel. Fiber optics completely transform the way we communicate. These are extremely fine glass or plastic threads, thinner than a hair, capable of carrying data at the speed of light. Thanks to this advancement, the internet was able to expand globally, enabling video calls, live broadcasts, and streaming. Today, millions of miles of fiber optics crisscross the planet like the veins of information. Leonardo da Vinci dedicated years of his life to the painting of the Mona Lisa, a work he never delivered to its original client. He kept it with him until his death, constantly retouching it in pursuit of perfection. Her enigmatic smile and delicate details made it a universal icon. Eventually, it passed into the hands of King Francis I of France, who preserved it as a royal treasure. During the Renaissance, ultramarine blue was considered more valuable than gold. This pigment was obtained from lapis lazuli, brought from Afghanistan, and was extremely expensive to extract. For this reason, it was reserved only for the most sacred parts of a painting, such as the Virgin Mary's robes. Its deep, lustrous hue made it a symbol of luxury and spirituality. Vincent van Gogh, now considered an undisputed genius, managed to sell only one work during his lifetime, The Red Vineyard. His colorful style and intense brushstrokes were not understood by his contemporaries. Poor, sick, and lonely, he never imagined his paintings would cost tens of millions of dollars. Now his works are exhibited in the world's most prestigious museums. Street art is much more than simple graffiti. In many cities, it has become a powerful means of silent protest. Through murals and urban expressions, artists criticize injustices or invite reflection. In places with censorship or repression, these works become courageous messages that travel freely across the walls. The oldest cave paintings are more than 40,000 years old and were found in caves in Indonesia and Spain. Our ancestors created them with natural pigments and surprising techniques, such as blowing color through hollow bones. They weren't simple decorations. They likely had a ritual or symbolic meaning. These works show us the creative thinking of early human civilizations. In 2017, the painting Salvator Mundi, attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, fetched a record price at auction, $450 million. It depicts Christ with one hand in a sign of blessing and a crystal ball in the other. Although its authenticity has been disputed, its sale became a media phenomenon. It was eventually acquired by a buyer with ties to Saudi Arabia. Pablo Picasso displayed his talent before he learned to speak fluently. In fact, his first word was piz, a diminutive of pencil. At the age of 9, he was already painting academically, and at 13, he had his first exhibition. Throughout his life, he broke new ground and revolutionized styles, from Cubism to Surrealism. Edvard Munch's The Scream is one of the most iconic works of modern art. The anguished figure under a red sky became a symbol of fear and existential anxiety. Curiously, the painting was stolen twice, once during the 1994 Winter Olympics and again in broad daylight in 2004. Both times it was recovered, albeit with some damage. There are works that only reveal their splendor in the dark. These are light paintings, where phosphorescent pigments or LED lights are used. Artists play with light and long exposure times to create dynamic images. Many of these works are combined with photography, challenging what we understand as static art. Michelangelo viewed each block of marble as a hidden treasure. He believed that the figure was already within, and his task was simply to liberate it. With this poetic vision, he created immortal sculptures such as David and the Pietà. His talent lay in transforming stone into movement, emotion, and life. William Shakespeare not only wrote some of the most celebrated works of literature, he also enriched the English language with hundreds of new words and expressions. Terms like eyeball, swagger, and bedroom were born in his writings. His mastery of language allowed him to express complex concepts with unparalleled creativity. The original manuscript of Alice in Wonderland was written as a personal gift. Lewis Carroll dedicated it to Alice Liddell, a 10-year-old girl who became his muse. In it, he narrated fantastic adventures in a surreal world full of strange characters. What began as a gift ended up becoming one of the most famous books in history. J.K. Rowling wrote much of Harry Potter in Edinburgh coffee shops. At the time, she was facing great financial difficulties and had no heating in her home. In the cafes, she found a warm and cozy place to write while her daughter slept in her stroller. From those pages written in precarious circumstances, one of the world's most successful sagas would emerge. The shortest story in the world belongs to Augusto Monterroso. Just 7 words. When he woke up, the dinosaur was still there. Despite its brevity, it has generated countless interpretations about time, permanence, and the human condition. Its power lies in the fact that it raises infinite questions with a single sentence. Jorge Luis Borges became blind in his later years, but that didn't stop him from directing the National Library of Buenos Aires. For him, darkness became a metaphor for his inner journey through literature. His blindness was not a limit, but a different way of navigating between imaginary worlds. Borges demonstrated that true vision can lie beyond the eyes. Franz Kafka asked that his manuscripts be destroyed after his death. However, his friend Max Brod decided to disobey. Thanks to this, we know works like The Trial and The Metamorphosis today. Paradoxically, Kafka's desire to be forgotten ended up becoming one of the most important legacies of world literature. After the Bible, the most translated book in history is The Little Prince. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's work has been translated into more than 300 languages. One of the most curious is Esperanto, a language created in the 19th century with the intention of being universal. Although it didn't achieve the global fame that was hoped for, it still has an international community that keeps it alive. In an MRI, you can see something incredible: how a person's tongue moves while singing. Its muscles expand and contract precisely, allowing not only the voice to be modulated, but also chewing, swallowing, and even speaking. The tongue is much more versatile than we think. It's a true athlete inside the mouth. In East Africa, a natural spectacle known as the Great Migration takes place. Thousands of wildebeest and zebras travel vast miles in search of water and fresh grass, creating spectacular landscapes. This phenomenon is not only vital to the ecosystem, but also attracts thousands of tourists each year. It is considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. There is a curious technique that allows photos to be printed on tree leaves. Using a special laser, the image is engraved directly onto the green surface of the leaf. It must first be dried and flattened for a better result. The engraving takes just a few minutes, and the effect under the light is stunning. A German countess left her entire fortune to her German shepherd named Gunther. The inheritance amounted to $490 million, and after her death, it was passed down to generations of dogs with the same name. Currently, the millionaire heir is Gunther VI. He even owns a mansion that once belonged to Madonna. LG surprised everyone with an air-purifying mask called PuriCare. This smart device aims to protect people from pollution in crowded cities. It became especially popular after the pandemic, when the need for clean air increased worldwide. It combines convenience with advanced technology. In Samoa, something curious happens. People drive on the left, but tradition dictates greeting with the right hand. This country changed the direction of traffic in 2009 to facilitate the importation of cars from Australia and New Zealand. Even so, they maintain the courtesy gesture with the other hand. A rather unique cultural blend. We all share a mystery. We don't remember our early years. This phenomenon is known as infantile amnesia. The hippocampus, which is responsible for memory, is not fully developed at this stage. Although conscious memories are not stored, emotional experiences do leave a profound mark on us. There is a transparent material harder than steel called aluminum oxynitride, also known as alunite. It can stop bullets, withstand extreme impacts, and is used in military visors and spacecraft. Although it is still expensive, it is emerging as a material of the future. It's like having armored glass straight out of a science fiction movie. Scientists have developed a gel that can close wounds in seconds. It is inspired by how marine worms adhere to rocks underwater. When applied, it activates coagulation and seals the skin without the need for stitches. Its use could revolutionize surgery and save lives in emergencies. Laboratories have already succeeded in creating tiny brains from stem cells. These brain organoids lack consciousness, but they reproduce human brain functions, such as electrical activity. They're used to research neurological diseases and test medications. A retired Bosnian man surprised the world when he transformed a Volkswagen Beetle into a true work of art. He covered the entire car with more than 50,000 pieces of oak wood, including the rims, the steering wheel, and even the dashboard. The result is a unique car that looks like something out of a medieval tale. A perfect example of patience and dedication. In Wales, there is the most unusual office of all. A cliff is the workplace of a man who answers calls for sports brands. Since he didn't need a physical location, he decided to set up shop in the middle of nature. From there, he serves his clients while enjoying one of the most impressive views on the planet, a luxury few can afford. In the depths of the Gulf of Mexico, a fascinating creature was discovered, the pocket shark. Despite belonging to the shark family, it measures just about 5.5 inches. The most incredible thing is that it can glow in the dark thanks to luminescent pockets under its gills. A tiny fish, but full of mystery. New Zealand is home to the world's largest swing, suspended more than 525 feet high and reaching speeds of over 75 miles mph. Those who dare to climb it first enjoy a dose of pure adrenaline and then spectacular views of the landscape, an experience that combines fear and beauty. There is a technique called tonic immobility that causes sharks to become hypnotized. A diver demonstrated it by gently stroking the snout of one of them, which reacted as if it were her pet. Although the scene seems cute, it is actually dangerous and not recommended. The marine world never ceases to amaze. Jamie Catone is a man with a strange condition. Any object sticks to his skin. He discovered this phenomenon at the age of 7, and since then, doctors have been trying to understand it. It's believed their skin absorbs more oxygen than normal, but the exact cause remains a mystery. Only 3 people in the world share this ability. Brazilian photographer Vitor Schietti created a unique project using fireworks called impermanent sculptures. Capturing these images requires great precision, as the lights last only seconds. He then retouches the colors in Photoshop to enhance the magic of each shot. The result is photographs that look like true light paintings. If you're tired of city traffic jams, you should consider a car like this. Its width is only about 20 inches, so it can squeeze through almost anywhere on the road and park in even the tightest spaces. 2 people can easily fit in the back seat and still have room in the trunk. But if you enter a curve too quickly, it can all end like that. Bubble soccer is a comical and fun twist on the traditional sport. Players squeeze inside huge inflatable spheres that cover their bodies. The falls and crashes, far from being painful, are part of the fun. The spectacle is so funny that watching it is almost as entertaining as playing it. Eric Klebel, a 12-year-old boy, broke a record by building the world's tallest popsicle stick tower. He reached about 20 feet in height and had to move it to the garden to fully erect it. With a pyramid-shaped base, his creation was a challenge of balance and patience, a small giant of homemade engineering. Russian jeweler M. Miyago demonstrated extraordinary precision when carving a Godzilla from a simple grain of rice. Using a microscope and tiny tools, he worked for 3 days until the figure captured every detail. The miniature is so delicate that a single mistake would have destroyed the work. Pure microscopic art. A rather peculiar product was launched in Japan. Pepsi-flavored Cheetos. These snacks combine classic popped corn with a tangy condiment that simulates the famous drink. Although it may sound strange, many snack fans were delighted with the combination. Japan never ceases to amaze with its culinary inventions. A paragliding pilot and a circus artist combined their talents to perform aerial acrobatics. At about 2,625 feet high, the woman hung from the harness while the pilot controlled the flight. The figures she created looked like choreographed figures in the sky, accompanied by the landscape in the background, a perfect blend of risk and art. A hamster known as Super Hamster Bros went viral on social media. His owner built him a stage inspired by the classic video game Mario Bros. The little rodent ran, jumped, and explored the level with surprising grace. In just 2 weeks, the video reached more than 2 million views. Stefan is a brown bear who has lived with a Russian family since he was 3 months old. He was rescued after being orphaned and grew up as a regular member of the family. Today he weighs about 770 pounds, sits down to dinner, waters, plants, and even watches television. Although he's adorable, many experts question his ability to live outside his natural habitat. A French DJ named Tejo took his passion to the next level by mixing electronic music at the top of the Swiss Alps. At over 9,800 feet above sea level, he defied the cold and his own fear of heights to put on an unforgettable show. The audience enjoyed a party amidst a dreamlike landscape. Israeli artist Sigalit Landau decided to soak a dress in the Dead Sea for 2 years. When she took it out, it was completely covered in salt crystals. The result was a garment that looked like something out of a fairy tale, rigid and shiny, an example of how nature can also be a designer. In Minecraft, a player built a working computer within the game. The invention allows you to use programs like Paint and even play the classic game Doom. Other users can purchase the parts and build their own. An incredible example of how far digital creativity can go. From the sky, a huge flock of sheep looks like a moving white sea. Drone footage shows how the sheepdogs manage to organize them in surprising ways. They all move in the same direction, creating a living wave that moves across the countryside. The scene is so hypnotic it seems choreographed. On the International Space Station, astronauts work installing new solar panels. Their movements floating in the void are so natural that they seem to be engaged in a cosmic dance. What is routine for them is an extraordinary spectacle for those observing from Earth. Seeing such precision in zero gravity is simply fascinating. A curious Japanese electric car was designed with a fabric body. Dubbed the Rimono, it only has 2 seats and can travel up to about 28 miles per hour. Its range is about 31 miles, enough for urban driving. The most striking thing is that, despite being made of fabric, it works like any other car. A 93-year-old grandfather has become an internet star by playing racing video games. His passion for driving stems from a life surrounded by cars, as his entire family was a taxi driver. His grandson streams his games on YouTube, where we see him driving classics like the Mazda RX-7. For him, driving virtually is like reliving his youth. Creativity knows no bounds. A carrot can be turned into a flute. With a knife, a drill, and some patience, YouTuber Carolyn Miller demonstrated that this vegetable can produce real music. The result is a functional instrument that sounds amazing. Further proof that music can come from the most unexpected things. The world's largest Rubik's Cube is on display in a Hong Kong shopping mall. At over 8 feet tall, it broke the Guinness World Record. The title previously belonged to a cube just over 6.5 feet long, created by Tony Richard. Now, this gigantic puzzle dazzles visitors with its colossal size. A Russian man, passionate about the Lord of the Rings, decided to take his fanaticism to the extreme. He's Dmitry Golev, who often goes shopping dressed as the Witch King of Angmar. Although his armor weighs around 44 pounds, he wears it naturally in his daily life. For him, cosplay isn't a hobby, but a lifestyle. Street artist Francisco de Pajaro transforms trash into works of art. He travels around London painting and decorating the rubbish he finds. With a little paint, forgotten objects come to life in the form of playful figures. For him, giving new meaning to discarded things is a romantic form of expression. Rani, the world's smallest cow, lived in Bangladesh. At just 20 inches tall and 26 inches long, she resembled a miniature animal. She weighed only 57 pounds, unusual for her species. Sadly, she passed away in 2021 due to stomach problems, leaving behind a record that is difficult to break. Indian driver Kush Maini has set a world record with his car. He managed to travel about 1.36 miles on just 2 wheels, keeping the vehicle tilted in a perfect side wheelie. He learned to drive these cars at the age of 13, inspired by his father, also a driver. His skill made him a legend in car stunts. An inventor named Yves Rossi created a device that turns people into a real human jet. Its jet-powered wings allow it to fly at speeds of up to 186 miles per hour with great stability. He is still working on perfecting the takeoff and landing to make it completely autonomous. Without a doubt, this is an incredible step towards the dream of flying like a bird. Alla Levushkina was recognized as the longest-lived surgeon on the planet. She continued operating until she was 90, performing 4 surgeries a day. Her steady hands allowed her to complete more than 10,000 operations over a 67-year career. She passed away in 2020, leaving behind an impressive legacy in medicine. The famous practice of swallowing a sword is not magic, but an act of absolute control over the body. Unlike eating, which involves contracting muscles, this trick requires completely relaxing them. The illusionist aligns his mouth, esophagus, and pharynx so that the blade descends unhindered. It is an extreme physical challenge that astonishes audiences. Bruce Campbell, an American engineer, decided to transform an old Boeing 727 airplane into his home. To achieve this, he transported the enormous aircraft by road to the outskirts of Portland. He removed all the seats and adapted it with water, electricity, and sewage. Today, he lives inside his peculiar and futuristic aerial home. In Prague, there's a seemingly endless tower of books. Thanks to strategically placed mirrors, visitors feel like they're standing in front of an endless cylinder of knowledge. It's not just a visual effect, but a tribute to infinite human curiosity. Imagine choosing a book from a library that never ends. What would you choose? In Kutná Hora, Czech Republic, there's a chapel decorated with the remains of more than 40 people. The bones form lamps, shields, and a monumental chandelier, transforming death into a haunting art. This place is striking for its blend of history, creativity, and the macabre. Without a doubt, a place where mortality becomes artistic expression. The New Zealand kiwi is flightless, and its feathers resemble fur. It is nocturnal and uses its sense of smell to find earthworms underground, something unique among birds. This curious animal has become a cultural symbol of the country, representing its identity and special nature. What other animal could symbolize an entire nation? In Iceland, eggs can cook themselves thanks to extremely hot thermal currents. Locals and tourists enjoy breakfast while admiring unique volcanic landscapes. This phenomenon demonstrates the power of nature and how it can replace fire and the pot. Would you dare to dip an egg into a boiling river? In China, some cats are born with extensions of skin and fur on their backs that resemble wings. Although they cannot fly, they arouse surprise and superstition among locals, who consider them to be bringers of good luck or magical creatures. Seeing one walking with wings provokes fascination and awe. How would you react to such a cat? In Catalonia, Spain, castels are human towers that rise up to 10 stories. This spectacle requires strength, balance, and mutual trust, and UNESCO has recognized it as a cultural heritage site. The children who reach the summit symbolize courage and community, creating an impressive ritual. The experience of witnessing it is thrilling and unique. The Caribbean fireworm is both hypnotic and dangerous. Its white bristles glow like embers, but they contain venom that causes intense pain upon contact. Brave divers approach to admire its beauty and mesmerizing nature, a reminder that the most beautiful thing can also be the most lethal. The praying mantis appears to be praying with its front legs, but it is a relentless predator. It can remain motionless for hours before attacking insects and even other members of its species. Its combination of calm and lethality makes it unique, an insect that unites apparent spirituality with a killer instinct. Vik's Black Beach, Reynisfjara in Iceland, is famous for its black sand and basalt columns that resemble natural cathedrals. The constant Atlantic swell adds a dramatic and dangerous touch. Walking through this volcanic landscape is like being on another planet, between beauty and risk. An experience that challenges the senses. Wolfia globosa, or water rice, is the smallest flower in the world, just 0.04 inches in diameter. Despite its tiny size, it contains protein, iron, and antioxidants, making it a superfood. It is consumed in Asia as part of traditional soups and stews, a miniature with gigantic nutritional power. In Azerbaijan, some volcanoes eject cold, bubbling mud instead of lava. The pressure of underground gases creates craters that look like boiling gray seas. Although not lethal, they suddenly release large amounts of gas, a natural spectacle that seems straight out of another planet. On some farms, chickens are born with 4 legs due to rare genetic mutations. Many do not survive, but some manage to grow normally. This phenomenon fascinates scientists and farmers, showing how small genetic changes generate surprising results. Nature never ceases to amaze. A sea turtle capable of glowing red and green under ultraviolet light was discovered in the Solomon Islands. This rare phenomenon opens new doors to the study of bioluminescence in reptiles. Seeing it glow is an impressive and rare natural spectacle, a true marine treasure that defies the imagination. In Africa, giant rats have been trained to detect landmines. Their keen sense of smell and lightness allow them to identify explosives without detonating them. Thanks to them, thousands of lives have been saved. These animals work as silent heroes, proving that even the smallest can have a great impact. The Madagascar baobab has a gigantic trunk that stores thousands of gallons of water. Some specimens are over 1,000 years old, becoming guardians of time and history. For locals, these sacred trees convey ancient legends, a 1,000-year-old tree that defies time and imagination. Snails have eyes at the ends of their tentacles, which they can quickly move and retract in the face of danger. Although they only perceive light and shadows, their sense of smell allows them to navigate and find food. This design makes them look like creatures from another planet, combining simplicity and functionality in a fascinating way. Danish freediver Stig Severinsen managed to hold his breath underwater for 22 minutes, breaking records. He trained with yoga, meditation, and mental control, optimizing his oxygen consumption. His feat demonstrates the incredible capacity of the human body, guided by discipline and the mind. An example of overcoming challenges that border on the impossible. In Greece, Meteora is home to monasteries built on enormous rock pillars. For centuries, monks sought isolation and protection at these heights. Today, these temples appear to float in the air and attract thousands of visitors. A perfect combination of architecture, spirituality, and breathtaking landscape. In Egypt, a mummy was discovered with its mouth open, as if caught in a scream. Its expression has generated theories about its death or the process of decomposition. This discovery continues to intrigue archaeologists and curious observers, remaining one of the most disturbing mysteries of ancient Egypt, an enigma that defies history and imagination. Daniel Jackson, at age 20, founded the Free Republic of Virtus in an unclaimed territory between Croatia and Serbia. He created a flag, currency, and citizens, ruling from exile after being expelled. His project combines idealism, creativity, and youthful audacity, a micronation that proves that even an individual can dream big. The Suriname toad carries its eggs in the skin of its back. The embryos develop there, protected, until they emerge as toadlets ready to live. This unique strategy ensures survival in a hostile environment. Nature once again demonstrates its creativity in ways that seem like something out of science fiction. Miswak, a twig that cleans teeth naturally, is used in various regions of the world. Its fibers remove plaque and contain antibacterial properties and fluoride. This ancient method shows that oral hygiene doesn't always require modern technology, an example of how nature offers practical and healthy solutions. Aldrovanda vesiculosa is a carnivorous plant that traps insects and crustaceans underwater. Its traps close in milliseconds, capturing prey with great efficiency. Little known, it stands out for its perfect adaptation to the aquatic environment. In South America, the 88 butterfly has a pattern on its wings that resembles the number 88. This design is not only beautiful, but also confuses predators, serving as natural camouflage. Its uniqueness makes it a symbol of beauty in several countries, a testament to how nature combines art and survival. The anti-gravity Awoni records in 8K 360 with no blind spots. Its lenses and software make the drone disappear into the video, creating completely immersive shots. It weighs only about 8.8 ounces and is controlled with gestures and eye contact. Ideal for events and film, it opens up unique possibilities for capturing reality from every angle. In Japan, scientists have achieved something impressive, creating natural teeth in adults. After animal trials, they began testing on 30 people with missing molars. The treatment consists of an intravenous injection that could replace dental implants. This technique could also open the door to regenerative therapies in other tissues. Scientists have invented inexpensive, rechargeable, and biodegradable paper batteries. They are manufactured using screen printing with layers of zinc, carbon, and conductive ink. A 1.6 per 1.6 inch battery can power a small fan for 45 minutes. Their production costs 10 times less than traditional lithium batteries. In Colombia, keeping parrots as pets is illegal and can be punished with fines or imprisonment. These birds are essential to ecosystems, helping to disperse seeds and control pests. Some species are on the verge of extinction, and many are illegally captured. The law protects their welfare, punishing cruelty to them severely. Quentin Tarantino nearly abandoned *Inglourious Basterds* because he couldn't find the perfect actor for Hans Landa. After auditioning dozens of actors, Christoph Waltz, a relatively unknown, won the role. The intense opening scene on the farm is considered one of the best in cinema. This discovery saved an iconic film. A study revealed that disconnecting from digital devices for 72 hours affects the brain. It reduces the release of dopamine and serotonin, causing anxiety and distress. However, it also improves mental clarity and concentration. The hummingbird has the fastest heart in the world, beating between 250 and 700 times per minute at rest. During flight, it can exceed 1,000 beats per minute. This frenetic pace is necessary to sustain their metabolism and ability to fly. Even so, these tiny birds maintain a surprising and constant energy. A woman in China unwittingly used a hand grenade as a hammer for 20 years. She only realized it when workers identified the object during a demolition. The grenade was safely destroyed by authorities. In China, humanoid robots interact with humans in everyday activities. Models like the Gone and Hone can play with children and participate in public spaces. These robots have real-time interaction capabilities, bringing robotics closer to everyday life. Technology is advancing at a pace that seems straight out of a futuristic movie. Richard Dick, Norris Williams survived the sinking of the Titanic by clinging to a lifeboat with his legs frozen. After recovering, he won the U.S. Open mixed doubles title the same year and more titles later. His resilience made him a symbol of the sport. He was inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame in 1957, proving that determination can overcome tragedy. Sleeping on your left side provides benefits to the body, such as reducing gastroesophageal reflux and improving nighttime rest. It also promotes circulation to the baby and pregnant women and lymphatic cleansing of the brain. Sleeping on your right side may be less beneficial for these processes. Posture significantly influences daily health and well-being. In the deep sea, octopuses use shells for shelter and protection, adapting their bodies to cover themselves like armor. This skill arises instinctively, without the need for teaching. The shells become improvised shields that demonstrate the animal's intelligence and creativity. Dogs can detect cancer before doctors. In one study, a dog identified lung cancer with 97.6% accuracy using only the scent of patients' breath and urine. Although this technique is not standard in hospitals, it offers a promising avenue for the early detection of serious diseases. Canine olfaction continues to surprise science. Adams chewing gum has a curious connection to Mexico. During his exile in New York, President Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna showed Adams a chewing gum extracted from the sapodilla tree. Adams attempted to use it as a rubber substitute but failed. Eventually, he drew inspiration from this tradition to market the famous Chiclets chewing gum brand. In Japan, there are capsule hotels the size of a modern coffin. Although it may seem claustrophobic, each capsule is equipped with Wi-Fi, a reading light, air conditioning, and a small TV screen. They are perfect for travelers, backpackers, and office workers looking to sleep comfortably in just 21 square feet. Every year during the Perseid and Geminid meteor showers, the night sky becomes a meteor spectacle. Fragments of comets and asteroids streak through the atmosphere, creating brilliant trails that illuminate the night. Photographers from around the world capture these phenomena with high-speed cameras, revealing stunning details. Watching the meteor shower is like watching a live cosmic light show. In Scotland, Ebenester Place is the shortest street in the world, just 6.8 feet long and with a single door. Officially registered in 1887, it attracts tourists who stop to photograph it and cross it from end to end for fun. Its tiny size makes it a curious attraction that you can lose sight of in the blink of an eye. It's a small corner full of historic charm. In London, a curved facade building called Walkie Talkie once reflected the sun so intensely that it melted cars parked in front of it. The concave shape concentrated the light like a giant magnifying glass, generating a phenomenon known as the death ray. Special panels corrected the effect, but the story remained as an architectural warning. A meteorite that fell in Australia surprised scientists by containing an oily compound with a texture and smell similar to peanut butter. Although inedible, this carbon and nitrogen-rich substance reinforces the theory that some essential elements for life arrive from space. The small Icelandic village lives at the foot of the active Katla volcano. Despite the constant risk, its inhabitants have developed a unique evacuation plan. In the event of an eruption, everyone must head to a church atop a nearby hill. The community has learned to live with the volcanic threat for centuries. Their resilience demonstrates how humanity can adapt even in dangerous environments. A simple experiment creates a cloud inside a plastic bottle using hot water, air, and a match. By pressing and releasing the bottle, the vapor condenses, forming a visible cloud inside. This experiment teaches principles of atmospheric physics in a fun and visual way. In the Netherlands, they invented the hydrobike, a bicycle capable of moving on land and water. Equipped with side floats and pedal-activated propellers, these bikes can reach speeds of up to 9 miles per hour in canals and rivers. They are an eco-friendly and fun option for getting around cities with abundant water. Turning water into an alternative route has never been so entertaining. In Norway, an artist built a piano entirely out of ice, from the keys to the strings. It can only be played for a few hours before it begins to melt, and its sound varies depending on the ambient temperature. Each performance is unique and unrepeatable, an ephemeral concert between art and nature. To attend would be to experience music disappearing before your eyes. In South Korea, some publishers print books on seed paper, which contains tiny seeds in its fibers. Once read, the paper can be buried and watered, giving rise to flowers or even tomatoes. This idea combines reading and sustainability, allowing the story to live on after the last page. In certain areas of Pennsylvania and Australia, tap water can catch fire upon contact with a flame. This occurs when methane seeps into aquifers, a phenomenon linked to gas extraction through fracking. Although dangerous, it is a reminder of the environmental impact that certain human practices can generate, an essential resource turned into a burning threat. In Utah lies Balanced Rock, a 3,860-ton rock that seems to defy gravity. It remains balanced on a narrow base and has withstood earthquakes, winds, and storms for centuries. It is one of the most visited attractions in Arches National Park, fascinating tourists and photographers. A natural spectacle that combines imposing stability and visual awe. Takeda Castle in Japan appears to float among the clouds when there is dense fog. Located high on a mountain, the base is completely covered by clouds on certain days, creating the illusion of a flying castle. Known as the Japanese Machu Picchu, it is a fortress suspended between heaven and earth, a place that blends mystery and architectural beauty. In the Mauritanian desert lies Richard's Structure, or Eye of the Sahara, a rocky spiral more than 25 miles in diameter. It can only be fully appreciated from space, and its origin is still debated. Some believe it was a meteorite impact. Others argue volcanic causes. It's a natural wonder that seems to observe the Earth from the sands of time. In Bolivia, near the Salar de Uyuni, there is a hotel built almost entirely from salt blocks, from walls to furniture. Guests must follow special rules to preserve the structure, although many can't resist the temptation to taste the salt. Sleeping there is a unique experience, surrounded by a hypnotic white environment. The Fly Geyser in Nevada emerged by accident in the 1960s when a drilling rig released hot, mineral-rich water instead of drinking water. Over time, the minerals formed colorful deposits in the shape of glowing cones, resembling alien mountains. This human error created one of the strangest and most beautiful formations on the planet, a landscape that seems otherworldly but is real. A French company created an edible bottle made from biodegradable seaweed. It's shaped like a giant teardrop and can be drunk and chewed, replacing traditional plastic containers. The idea seeks to reduce waste and offer a sustainable solution for events and everyday use. A futuristic capsule that disappears without a trace. The bowerbird, a bird native to Australia and New Guinea, builds courtship galleries decorated with flowers, stones, and shiny objects. These structures aren't nests but displays to attract mates. Each gallery is unique, and its creativity determines the male's romantic success. Hawaii is home to the small Scissor-Terra steamer, Sony, known as the mountaineering fish. It can climb waterfalls using its suction cup mouth and fins, reaching calm areas to lay its eggs. It is one of the few fish capable of this physical feat, demonstrating a mountaineering spirit in a body of water. When an iceberg spins, its submerged part reveals intense colors such as emerald green, turquoise, or black stripes. This ancient ice, compressed for centuries and almost bubble-free, creates a stunning visual spectacle. Rotation can occur due to imbalance or erosion, revealing a completely different block of ice. In Italy and Greece, there are marble mines so gigantic that excavators and trucks look like toys. Each extracted block can weigh several tons and is used in sculptures and luxury apartments. From the sky, these mines look like works of art created by giants. The dragonfly has the incredible ability to move its four wings independently, allowing it to fly forward, backward, diagonally, or hover in the air. This ability inspires the design of drones and ultralight vehicles. An ancient creature that already incorporates cutting-edge technology, Wim Hof, known as the Iceman, controls his body temperature in extreme conditions. He runs marathons barefoot on snow, swims on ice, and endures ice baths for hours. All thanks to special breathing and mental training. Scientists study his body to understand how it challenges the limits of the human immune system. A Slovakian created the first transparent coffee called CLRCF, which looks like water but tastes like regular coffee. It maintains the same amount of caffeine and prevents tooth stains thanks to high-pressure filtration. Its deceptive appearance does not alter its flavor or aroma, offering the experience of a traditional cup without leaving a visible trace. The coelacanth is a prehistoric fish that was thought to have been extinct for 66 million years until a living specimen was found in South Africa in 1938. Since then, others have been found in the Indian Ocean, surprising scientists. It can live more than 60 years, measure up to 6.5 feet, and weigh 200 pounds. Its lobed fins and primitive shape make it a true time traveler among us. In the Arizona desert, United States, lies the wave, a rock formation of reddish, orange, and yellow colors that appear painted by nature. These undulating bands were formed over millions of years by wind erosion and the accumulation of minerals. Access is limited to protect this fragile landscape. On the island of Lesbos, Greece, lies a fossil forest where ancient tree trunks have been transformed into stone. This happened 20 million years ago when volcanic eruptions covered the vegetation with ash and lava. The minerals replaced the organic matter, preserving even the tree growth rings. Pripyat, the Ukrainian city abandoned after the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, remains frozen in time. Its buildings, schools, toys, and a Ferris wheel remained intact for decades. Although some areas are still dangerous due to radiation, tourists and explorers visit, fascinated by its horror movie atmosphere. In the depths of the Indian Ocean lives the iron scale snail, known as Chrysomalus squamiferum. Its shell and skin are coated with iron and sulfur, creating a unique natural armor. This protects it from predators and the extreme conditions of the seabed. The Amorphophallus titanum, or corpse flower, is one of the largest and smelliest flowers in the world. Its rotten meat-like smell attracts carrion insects that help pollinate it. It can grow up to 10 feet tall, but only blooms for a few days after years of waiting. In some industrial areas of India, stray dogs with deep blue fur have been seen. This phenomenon is a result of chemical pollution from nearby factories. The color is only visible evidence of a serious environmental problem affecting animal health. These images are a reminder of the impact of industry on life and nature, showing that beauty can hide dangers. In 2013, an emperor penguin, nicknamed Happy Feet, washed up on a beach in New Zealand, more than 1,860 miles from his home in Antarctica. An ocean current carried him off course, and, disoriented, he began eating sand thinking it was snow. He was rescued, equipped with a GPS, and returned safely south. His story is an example of error, adventure, and survival in the natural world. Dean Karnazes is an ultra-athlete who has run more than 310 miles without resting, crossing deserts, mountains, and cities. His body eliminates lactic acid with great efficiency, avoiding cramps and extreme fatigue. He runs for days on end with only running shoes and determination. He is an example of what human strength can achieve when endurance and willpower are combined. In Jellyfish Lake in Palau, millions of golden jellyfish swim slowly, unable to sting, thanks to the absence of predators for thousands of years. Visitors can swim among them, creating a magical experience. Their translucent bodies and slow movements create an almost alien scene. This lake is a unique visual and sensory spectacle on the planet. On extremely hot surfaces, water droplets can float briefly on a layer of vapor before evaporating. This phenomenon, known as the Leidenfrost effect, causes the droplets to slide, spin, and bounce as if alive. It can be observed when water is dropped onto a very hot pan. On the International Space Station, astronauts follow special diets to survive in zero gravity. They eat powdered ice cream, dehydrated soups, and vacuum-packed tortillas, avoiding floating crumbs. Drinks are consumed through bags with straws. Each meal is designed to provide the nutrients and energy needed in space, a showcase of futuristic culinary engineering. On Lake Titicaca, Peru and Bolivia, the Uros community lives on floating islands made of totora reeds, a local aquatic plant. The islands require constant maintenance to prevent them from sinking. Houses and boats are built with this natural material. Living there is in direct contact with nature, swaying gently in the wind and waves. Tricolored bats build shelters by rolling large leaves with their feet in suction cups. They prefer cool, flexible leaves that offer insulation and camouflage. They remain safe inside these shelters until nightfall. They also coordinate their construction with squeals, demonstrating ingenuity and patience in their natural habitats. In Sweden, the Utter Inn Hotel floats on a lake, with an underwater bedroom that allows you to observe aquatic life from the windows. To get there, guests must use a boat, making the visit a true adventure. Spending the night underwater without leaving your room is possible. Iceland has geothermal fields where the ground seems to boil, such as in Varir. Mud and water bubble continuously due to the heat of the magma beneath the earth. The smell of sulfur and the strange landscape create an almost alien atmosphere. Walking there is like feeling the earth breathe and move beneath our feet. In the Netherlands and Canada, green bridges are built for animals to cross roads safely. Covered in vegetation, they connect forests and reserves, allowing the migration of deer, foxes, and bears. This ingenuity protects wildlife. Capillarity allows water to walk between glasses using absorbent paper. This phenomenon, similar to that used by plants to transport water, is observed with food coloring, showing how liquids move slowly. It's a simple trick that reveals secrets of nature and the transport of liquids in our environment. Lake Rotorua in New Zealand has waters rich in minerals and sulfur, with a viscous, jelly-like consistency. Its color changes between green, yellow, and brown, depending on geothermal activity. The strong smell of rotten eggs indicates that swimming is not safe. This place combines mystery, visual beauty, and an inhospitable environment. In the Atacama Desert, Chile, life flourishes after exceptional rainfall. Its arid soil is covered with multicolored flowers for just a few weeks, transforming the dry landscape into a vibrant sea of life. This phenomenon is a natural miracle that fascinates scientists and visitors. The desert land becomes a spectacle of color and resurgence. In Xianji, China, the colorful mountains resemble a petrified rainbow. Millions of years of mineral and sediment accumulation created bands of vibrant colors that stretch for miles. This geological park is a global attraction for its visual beauty. Its vivid hues tell the story of the earth and the patience of nature. Denmark celebrates sand sculpture festivals that reach up to 33 feet high. Artists work for weeks molding castles and detailed figures. These ephemeral works combine creativity and patience, turning simple materials into stunning art. To admire them is to witness how human imagination transforms nature into wonder. In Cancun, Mexico, underwater museums combine art and conservation. Submerged sculptures encourage coral growth and host marine life. Over time, the statues integrate into the ecosystem, becoming living reefs. It is an example of how art can coexist with nature and restore biodiversity. The Kawah Ijen volcano in Indonesia produces blue lava at night. This phenomenon is caused by sulfur gases that burn upon contact with the air, creating an almost magical luminous effect. It attracts scientists and adventurers from around the world. This natural spectacle combines danger, beauty, and rarity, a volcanic gem for those seeking natural wonders. In Japan, scientists have achieved an impressive breakthrough, recreating dreams through algorithms and artificial intelligence. Using MRIs and sophisticated software, they are able to decipher what our brains display while we sleep. During REM sleep, the most vivid type of sleep, they wake volunteers to describe their dreams before they forget them. The AI then generates digital images based on brain activity, offering a glimpse into our nighttime worlds. The popular game Roblox has decided to strengthen the security of its underage players using artificial intelligence. The platform can now estimate users' ages from a photo and control who they can interact with. Those under 13 will have their conversations protected and monitored, while those older than 13 can add acquaintances using QR codes. An adorable moment went viral on social media. A mother duck interrupted a wedding by marching through the ceremony with her ducklings. Guests couldn't contain their laughter at the unexpected appearance, and videos quickly spread online. Some joked, "I object. Recognize your children, Juan," adding a touch of humor to the event. Roman soldiers' helmets weren't just decorative. The crests had a strategic purpose. They served to identify ranks and units, while also making the soldiers look taller and more intimidating. The colors and shapes varied depending on the position, and in battle, they made it easier to recognize allies and organize quickly. Sony is preparing to launch the PlayStation 6, a device with 825 GB of storage and the ability to play in 8K. It will include portable and desktop versions, advanced voice assistance, and fluid augmented virtual reality. The handheld will allow users to take their game library anywhere while maintaining performance and visual quality, with a launch plan for early 2028. Squid have blue blood thanks to a protein called hemocyanin, which uses copper to transport oxygen. Unlike human hemoglobin, it functions best in cold, low-oxygen waters. This allows them to maintain an active metabolism and hunt at great depths where other animals would be unable to survive. In the humid regions of Southeast Asia lives a unique reptile known as Hydrosaurus, famous for its size and aquatic abilities. This lizard, found in places like the Philippines and Indonesia, thrives both on land and in aquatic environments. What distinguishes it most is a striking structure adorning its back, an elongated crest that gives it an imposing appearance. And look how adorable it is when it's relaxing. Philippe Conticini's colossal croissant reimagines the traditional French pastry in a gigantic format. Designed to be enjoyed by groups, this golden delicacy becomes the star of breakfasts, snacks, or brunches. More than just a simple bread, it's a work of edible art with perfectly flaky layers and an intense buttery flavor. Wallace's frog, also known as the flying frog, lives in Southeast Asia and has a talent that seems straight out of a comic book. Thanks to the membranes between its legs, it can glide from tree to tree as if it had wings. It can travel up to 50 feet in a single leap, controlling its direction in the air. This trick helps you escape predators and move without touching the jungle floor. Orchids are true masters of deception. Some species have developed flowers that mimic female insects, both in shape and smell. Males, when attempting to mate with them, end up covered in pollen. In this way, they transport the pollen to other flowers, ensuring the plant's reproduction without realizing it. Ben Underwood was an American boy who lost his sight at a very young age, but he amazed the world with a unique ability. He used echolocation, clicking his tongue and listening to the echo to navigate. He could avoid obstacles, recognize objects, and even ride a bicycle. His case demonstrated the human brain's incredible capacity to adapt. Glass Beach, a beach that seems like a hidden treasure, is located in California. For years, it was a dumping ground for bottles and glass objects worn away by the sea. The result is a shore covered in small, shiny, smooth fragments resembling colored stones. Today, it's a popular tourist spot, although it's prohibited to take the glass away. The Falabella horse breed is so small it looks like something out of a fairy tale. Native to Argentina, these horses measure less than 31 inches in height. Despite their size, they are elegant and docile, making them beloved animals. Seeing one in person is like stumbling upon a pocket-sized horse. The bull shark is one of the ocean's most surprising species. Unlike most sharks, it can live in both saltwater and freshwater. This allows it to swim up rivers and even into lakes, where it has sometimes been seen swimming peacefully. Its renal system adapts to changes in salinity, something very rare. In Japan, the Sagano bamboo forest is a magical place that enchants anyone who visits. Its paths are lined with towering stalks that form a natural tunnel. When the wind blows, the bamboos produce a hypnotic murmur. This sound was declared a World Sound Heritage Site for its unique beauty. Monarch butterflies make an epic journey every year from Canada to Mexico. The incredible thing is that none of them complete the entire journey. Several generations take turns until they reach the Mexican forests. Upon arrival, they covered the trees with thousands of orange and black wings, creating an unforgettable landscape. In Florida, there is the famous Coral Castle, a structure shrouded in mystery. It was built by Edward Leedskalnin, who worked in secret for 28 years. He used coral blocks weighing several tons without the aid of machinery. No one knows how he achieved it, and the enigma continues to fascinate visitors and scientists. The Basenji is a dog that breaks away from the ordinary. Unlike most, it doesn't bark, but rather emits a distinctive call that combines howls and melodious sounds. This breed, native to Central Africa, was used for hunting thanks to its stealth and agility. Today, it is prized as a pet for its independent personality. In China, beneath Lake Qiandao, lies the ancient city of Xicheng, known as the Atlantis of the East. It was submerged after the construction of a dam in 1952. At more than 130 feet underwater, its temples and sculptures remain intact thanks to the calm of the lake. Diving there is like traveling to a world frozen in time. In Australia, albino kangaroos have been sighted, resembling mythical creatures. Their white fur and pink eyes are the result of a rare genetic mutation. Although they are beautiful, their color makes them more vulnerable to predators. Seeing one up close is considered a true privilege. In Serbia, a boy named Bogdan became famous for apparently having magnetic powers. Metal objects like spoons and lids would stick to his skin without falling off. Although the explanation was scientific, his skin was unusually sticky. The phenomenon fascinated the world. He earned the nickname Magnet Boy. In Hawaii, Papakolea is a beach with seemingly magical green sand. The color comes from a volcanic mineral called olivine, which sparkles in the sun like tiny emeralds. Reaching it isn't easy, as it's in a remote area. However, those who make it say the view is unforgettable. The basilisk is a lizard that seems to defy the laws of nature. Known as the Jesus Christ lizard, it can run on water. Its hind legs trap air bubbles that allow it to take quick steps before sinking. It uses this trick to escape predators. Tsutomu Yamaguchi went down in history for having survived 2 atomic bombs. He was in Hiroshima during the first explosion in 1945 and survived. 3 days later, in Nagasaki, I experienced the second one and also survived. He spent the rest of his life telling his story and promoting peace. In England, there is the gigantic Cerny Abbas geoglyph. It depicts a naked man with a large club and is carved into a hill. Its origin is a mystery. Some believe it is Roman, others medieval. Whatever the case, it remains a symbol of power and fertility. The scary Shoara cave in Romania holds a frozen secret. Inside it lies an underground glacier over 3,000 years old. The ice preserves valuable information about the ancient climate. Entering this cave is like traveling back in time to an ice age. African weavers are tiny birds, but true architects. They build enormous collective nests that can house hundreds of individuals. These structures are made of grasses and twigs and last for decades. They are so efficient that they regulate the temperature inside. The bat flower is one of the strangest plants in the world. Its dark petals resemble the wings of a bat, with long filaments hanging from them. It grows in tropical climates, and its mysterious appearance fascinates collectors. It looks like a flower straight out of a fantasy novel. The rockhopper penguin is a true ice creature. Its most striking feature is the golden feathers protruding from its head. During courtship, males display them to attract females. They form noisy colonies where each partner recognizes each other by their voices. The rainbow eucalyptus tree looks like a hand-painted tree. Its bark peels off in layers, revealing vibrant colors: green, orange, red, and purple. This natural phenomenon makes it one of the most beautiful trees in the world. It can grow over 230 feet tall. The pacu is a fish that surprises anyone. Although it is related to the piranha, it is not an aggressive carnivore. Its unusual feature lies in its teeth, which are flat and square, almost identical to those of a human. It has sometimes bitten unsuspecting swimmers, causing more fright than harm. On Christmas Island, millions of red crabs migrate to the sea each year. They cover roads, trails, and even gardens, transforming the landscape into a moving river. Locals build special bridges and tunnels to help them. It's one of nature's most impressive spectacles. In Turkey, there is a very special breed of cat, the Turkish van. Unlike most cats, they enjoy swimming and playing in the water. Their semi-long fur is waterproof and dries quickly. They are curious, active, and considered a national treasure. In Prague, there is an installation called the Tower of Infinite Books, a cylinder filled with books that, thanks to strategically placed mirrors, seems to have no end. Looking inside, visitors feel like they are looking at an endless library. It's more than a visual trick. It's a reminder of humanity's boundless knowledge. In Kutná Hora, Czech Republic, lies the haunting Sedlec ossuary decorated with the skeletal remains of more than 40,000 people. The bones are not piled haphazardly, but transformed into lamps, shields, and even a monumental chandelier made of skulls and femurs. It is a sight that transforms death into a macabre and fascinating art. The New Zealand kiwi is a flightless bird with tiny wings and hair-like feathers. It uses its highly developed sense of smell, rare among birds, to search for earthworms at night. Its symbolism is so strong that New Zealanders are known worldwide as Kiwis. In Iceland, there are hot springs so hot that they allow cooking without pots or fire. Simply dip eggs directly into the boiling river water for a natural breakfast. Visitors and locals enjoy this unique phenomenon while admiring breathtaking volcanic landscapes. In China, cats have been documented with genetic mutations that cause them to grow extra skin and fur on their backs, resembling small wings. Although they don't allow them to fly, they spark superstitions. Some believe they bring good luck. Others see them as magical creatures. In Catalonia, Spain, the tradition of castells, where hundreds of people form human towers that reach up to 100 feet high, is celebrated. This practice, declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, requires strength, coordination, and absolute confidence. The most exciting moment occurs when a child climbs to the top to crown the tower. The Caribbean is home to the hypnotic fireworm, a marine animal covered in white bristles that glow like embers. But its beauty is deceptive. These bristles contain poison that causes painful burns upon contact. Divers from all over the world observe it with caution and admiration. The praying mantis holds its front legs as if praying, but in reality it is a relentless hunter. It remains motionless for hours before pouncing on its prey with surprising speed. It can even feed on other mantises, blending apparent spirituality with a lethal instinct. In Iceland, Reynisfjara is a beach of black volcanic sand that seems out of this world. Its basalt cliffs form columns similar to a stone cathedral, while the Atlantic crashes down forcefully. It is a place as beautiful as it is dangerous, where nature shows its wildest side. Wolfia globosa, or water rice, is the smallest flower on the planet, just 0.04 of an inch in size. Although it looks like a simple floating green dot, it contains high levels of protein and antioxidants. In several Asian countries, it is eaten in soups and stews, proving that small can be very powerful. In Azerbaijan, there are volcanoes that do not expel lava, but rather cold, bubbling mud. This phenomenon occurs due to the pressure of underground gases that force gray mud to the surface. Although not lethal, they can suddenly release gases and transform entire landscapes into boiling seas of mud. Some genetic mutations have led to the birth of four-legged chickens on farms around the world. Many do not survive or have difficulty walking, but some manage to adapt and grow. These cases spark the curiosity of scientists who study how small embryonic variations produce surprising results. In the Solomon Islands, a sea turtle capable of glowing red and green under ultraviolet light was discovered. This phenomenon, called biofluorescence, is extremely rare in reptiles. Its discovery opened up new possibilities for studying light in nature. In Africa, giant African rats are trained to detect landmines. Thanks to their keen sense of smell and light weight, they locate explosives without detonating them. They have saved thousands of lives by working alongside demining teams, becoming silent heroes. Snails have their eyes on the tips of tentacles that extend from their heads. Although they can only distinguish light and shadow, they combine their vision with a fine sense of smell to navigate and find food. Their appearance makes them look like miniature alien creatures. How long can you hold your breath? Because Croatian Budimir Shobat challenged human limits. On March 27, 2021, he broke the world record with 24 minutes and 37 seconds underwater. In Greece, Meteora is a group of monasteries built on gigantic rock formations. From a distance, they appear to float in the air, offering a mystical landscape. For centuries, they were a refuge for monks seeking peace and spiritual isolation. In Egypt, a mummy with its mouth open was found, nicknamed the Screaming Mummy. Its expression has generated theories. Some believe it died in agony, others that it was due to decomposition. Whatever the truth, its appearance remains one of the most disturbing mysteries of ancient Egypt. A 20-year-old young man founded the Free Republic of Virtus in a territory between Croatia and Serbia. He created a flag, a passport, a cabinet, and currency, eventually gathering hundreds of citizens. Although he was arrested and expelled, he continues to govern from exile. In Suriname, there lives a toad whose female carries her eggs embedded in the skin of her back. There, they develop protected until they emerge as toadlets ready to live. This process turns the mother into a living nursery, one of nature's rarest strategies. In Africa and the Middle East, many people use miswak, a twig from the Salvadora persica tree, as a toothbrush. When bitten, its fibers open and clean the teeth, in addition to containing natural antibacterial properties, an ancient technique that is still used today. The Aldrovanda vesiculosa is a carnivorous plant that lives underwater. Its leaves act as tiny traps that close in milliseconds upon detecting movement. It feeds on aquatic insects and small crustaceans, an example of surprising adaptation. In the South American rainforest, there is a butterfly known as the 88 butterfly, due to the pattern on its wings that mimics that number. Its natural design is not only hypnotic but also serves as camouflage against predators. It has become a symbol of beauty in several countries. In Nigeria, the Igbo Ora people have the highest twin birth rate in the world. Scientists believe genetic factors and a yam-rich diet play a role. For the inhabitants, it is a blessing they proudly celebrate. The anti-gravity Aoni is the first drone to record in 8K at 360 degrees without leaving blind spots. Its system makes the drone itself disappear from the footage, generating immersive shots. With gesture and gaze control, it opens up incredible possibilities for filming concerts, weddings, or festivals. The Barbie doll is not only a fashion icon, she also has a full name that few know: Barbie Millicent Roberts. Created in 1959 by Ruth Handler, she became a global inspiration by showcasing different professions, cultures, and styles. A single drop of oil can be devastating to the planet. Although it seems insignificant, it can contaminate up to 6.6 gallons of water. When it falls into rivers, seas, or lakes, it expands, creating a film that blocks sunlight and oxygen. This damage affects aquatic ecosystems and can take decades to repair. Anteaters have a rather peculiar daily menu. They can eat more than 35,000 ants in a single day. Their long, sticky tongue, combined with their keen sense of smell, makes them very efficient hunters. Beyond their voracious appetite, they play a vital role in controlling insect populations. Cats seem to be masters of rest. They spend more than 70% of their lives sleeping, taking short naps during the day. This ability stems from their hunting instinct, as they need to conserve energy for hunting time. Sleeping allows them to regain strength, strengthen their immune system, and process everything they've experienced. The carrots we know today as orange were once a deep purple. The change occurred in the 17th century in the Netherlands, when farmers began growing orange carrots as a tribute to the House of Orange, the Dutch royal family. Seed selection led to sweeter, more resilient carrots, which led to their global popularity. Did you know that when we wake up, we are a little workshop? During sleep, the spine relaxes and the disc between the vertebrae expand due to the lack of pressure. This allows us to gain up to ½ an inch in height. As the day progresses, gravity compresses the spine again, and we return to our normal height. To produce a single quart bottle of soda, around 50 gallons of water are needed. This includes the cultivation of ingredients like sugarcane and corn, as well as the entire cleaning, blending, and bottling process. Although it may seem incredible, the water cost is much higher than we imagine when we open a bottle. There is a magical flower known as the skeleton flower or ghost flower. Native to Japan and some regions of the United States, its petals become transparent upon contact with water. In addition to its striking appearance, it has been used in traditional medicine to treat inflammation and pain. Due to its rarity, it is important to protect it. Astronauts are fortunate enough to see 15 sunrises and 15 sunsets each day from the International Space Station. This happens because the spacecraft orbits the Earth every 90 minutes at high speed. Thus, in a single day, they can observe more changes in light than any of us see in weeks. Elephants are the only animals with 4 true knees. Their front legs have upper and lower joints that resemble our knees. This allows them to support their enormous weight and walk with greater stability. This adaptation makes them unique in the animal kingdom. There is a myth that losing your pinky finger reduces arm strength by half, but this is not true. Although each finger plays an important role in hand dexterity, arm strength comes from muscles and joints. Losing your pinky finger does affect ability in some tasks, but it doesn't diminish overall strength that much. It has often been said that polar bears are left-handed, but in reality, there is inconclusive evidence for this. Studies indicate that they don't have a dominant paw, but rather use both with equal skill. The truth is that their powerful claws and strength allow them to hunt and swim without relying on a single limb. If you do the math, we spend approximately 25 years of our lives sleeping. Although it may seem excessive, sleep is essential for repairing the body and processing daily information. Sleeping between 7 and 9 hours is key to staying healthy. So, getting a good night's sleep is an investment in our health and longevity. Penguins have an amazing ability to manage the salt in their environment. They have special glands near their eyes that remove excess salt when they drink seawater. These glands expel the salt in the form of droplets from their noses, allowing them to survive in marine environments where fresh water is unavailable. The internet giant Google hides a curious story behind its name. Many people believe it comes from the word Google, which represents 1 followed by 100 zeros, but that's not the whole truth. In reality, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, while graduating students at Stanford in 1998, decided to name their search engine Google because it reflected their mission: to organize the enormous amount of information on the internet. Hummingbirds are tiny birds that defy the laws of nature with the movement of their wings. They can beat them 50 to 80 times per second, allowing them to hover in the air like miniature helicopters. They even have the ability to fly backward, something very few birds in the world can achieve. Shrimp hides an anatomical feature that surprises many. They have a heart in their head. Unlike humans, whose heart is in their chest, these crustaceans have evolved with a different system. Its heart, called the branchial heart, pumps hemolymph, a blood-like fluid, throughout its entire body. It consists of a simple dorsal tube that pumps blood to the gills to oxygenate it. In 2013, Red Bull faced a lawsuit that seemed like a joke. A group of consumers accused the company of deceptive advertising because, after drinking the famous energy drink, they had not developed the promised wings of their slogan. Incredibly, the company had to pay $13 million in compensation. Each consumer received about $10, demonstrating that marketing can become problematic when metaphors are taken too seriously. In Argentina, paleontologists discovered a unique dinosaur species in 2021, the Eucocaris allocranianus. This predator, which lived around 85 million years ago, was about 16 feet long and had a very peculiar skull. Its head was helmet-shaped and had 2 large openings that, according to experts, could have been used to emit sounds or lighten its weight. Coffee, that morning favorite, can also be dangerous in excess. 1 cup contains an average of 95 milligrams of caffeine, and for this substance to be fatal, you would have to drink around 100 cups in 4 hours. This is practically impossible, but it demonstrates the stimulating power of this substance. In the United States, within Yellowstone National Park, there is a very peculiar geyser called Old Faithful. Its fame comes from the precision with which it erupts, approximately every 90 minutes. This natural spectacle attracts thousands of tourists who wait patiently to see it shoot jets of boiling water into the air. In the Australian city of Coober Pedy, many people live underground. The reason? The scorching desert heat, which exceeds 113 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. These underground homes are cool, comfortable, and even stylishly decorated. Interestingly, in addition to being shelters from the heat, they are also part of the local cultural identity. Hidden in the Philippines is the world's longest navigable underground river, the Puerto Princesa River. This waterway flows beneath a limestone mountain, creating dreamy caves and natural passageways. Visitors can take a boat ride and admire the unique rock formations that nature has patiently carved. It's like entering a secret underground world. Zhangjiajie National Park in China was the inspiration for the floating landscapes in the film Avatar, ASU. Its stone mountains resemble giant columns rising into the sky, covered in vegetation. When James Cameron saw them in person, he was so amazed that he decided to recreate them on Pandora. Today, thousands of tourists travel there to feel like they're in a movie. The largest glacier outside the poles is located in Canada, on Baffin Island. It stretches over 2,600 square miles and resembles a frozen ocean that never ends. Its immensity and beauty make it an incredible destination for adventurers seeking to experience the most extreme landscapes on the planet. It's a reminder of how powerful nature can be. In Malaysia, there's a suspension bridge that's not suitable for those with vertigo. The Langkawi Sky Bridge is suspended more than 2,300 feet above sea level and offers spectacular views of the ocean and nearby islands. It's 410 feet long and appears to float between the mountains. Crossing it is an experience as exciting as it is terrifying. In South Korea, there's a very unusual park called Loveland, dedicated to erotic art. Located on Jeju Island, it features more than 140 sculptures that artistically represent love and sexuality. The idea is to break taboos and encourage a more open view of these topics. The city of Prague, in the Czech Republic, boasts one of the most amazing clocks in the world. The astronomical clock not only tells the time, but also displays the position of the sun, the moon, and even the zodiac signs. Every hour, mechanical figures move and put on a small spectacle. In Tokyo, Japan, the Shibuya crossing is famous for being one of the busiest on the planet. When the light turns green, thousands of people cross in all directions at the same time. In just a few seconds, the street becomes a perfectly organized sea of people. Every year in the Serengeti of Tanzania, one of the most impressive animal migrations in the world takes place. More than 1 million wildebeest and zebras move in search of fresh grass, closely followed by predators such as lions, leopards, and crocodiles. This phenomenon turns the park into a vibrant and life-filled landscape. Namibia is home to the tallest sand dunes on the planet, some reaching up to 1,000 feet in height. The most famous is Dune 45, a site that seems out of this world. These formations have been created over millions of years by wind and erosion. In the city of Marrakesh, Morocco, lies the Medina, an ancient walled city that seems frozen in time. Its narrow streets, bustling markets, and colorful handicrafts make it a magical place. Walking through it is like immersing yourself in a labyrinth filled with scents, sounds, and colors. In the heart of Marrakesh lies the famous Jama El Fna Square, a place where life never stops. Street performers, food stalls, and exotic aromas fill every corner. It is a vibrant space that pulses with Moroccan culture and has become a symbol of the city. Istanbul, in Turkey, has a special charm. It belongs to two continents at the same time. The Bosphorus divides the city, joining the Sea of Marmara with the Black Sea, and over it rises a bridge that connects Europe and Asia. In South Africa, Kruger National Park is a nature lover's paradise. There you can see Africa's famous Big Five: lion, leopard, elephant, rhinoceros, and buffalo. Seeing them in their natural habitat is a breathtaking experience. The archerfish, known as the aquatic Robin Hood, has developed an astonishing hunting technique. It can shoot jets of water from its mouth with such precision that it knocks down insects perched on branches. This ability makes him a master marksman within the animal kingdom. On Mars rises Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano in the entire solar system. Its size is 3 times the size of Mount Everest, and it has a diameter of 370 miles. Formed by ancient eruptions, it is a geological giant that speaks to the volcanic history of the red planet. The dung beetle, known for rolling balls of dung, hides a surprising secret. It navigates using the light of the Milky Way, something few animals can do. Thanks to the stars, it manages to move its cargo in a straight line, even in complete darkness. For years, the okapi was considered a legendary, almost mythological creature. It wasn't until 1901 that science confirmed its existence in the jungles of the Congo. This animal combines features of a giraffe and a zebra with an elongated body and striped legs. Today, it is in danger of extinction, reminding us how fragile the wonders of nature are. Jason Paget's story seems like something out of a movie. After being hit on the head during a mugging, he developed extraordinary mathematical skills. He began to see the world in geometric patterns and was able to draw complex fractals from memory. His case is studied by scientists because it shows how the brain can unlock hidden talents after a drastic change. New Guinea is home to the giant queen ant, considered the largest on the planet. It can reach 1 inch in length, and its jaws are enormous. Despite their imposing size, they are generally peaceful and feed on insects and fruit. A single female can lay up to 1 million eggs in her lifetime. Each tiger is unique thanks to the stripes that cover its body, resembling fingerprints. This pattern not only helps researchers identify them, but also helps them camouflage themselves in the jungle. The stripes reveal information about their health and genetics. Salmon are able to remember the scent of the river in which they were born. This highly developed sense of smell allows them to return to the exact same place to spawn. They spend years in the ocean, but always return to their source. In Senegal, there is a deep pink lake called Retba. This hue is due to microorganisms that produce reddish pigments in the water. Its appearance varies with the seasons, becoming brighter in the dry season. In China, there is the famous Heaven's Gate, a natural arch carved into the rock. When the base of the mountain is covered by clouds, it appears to float in the air. This phenomenon creates the illusion of standing in front of a mystical portal, suspended in the sky, a perfect destination for adventurers and dreamers. In Chihuahua, Mexico, is the Cave of Giant Crystals. Huge selenite crystals form there, some measuring up to 40 feet in length. The site was discovered in 1,000 feet underground. Although Egypt is famous for its pyramids, Sudan is the country with the most in the world. Nubia has more than 250 pyramids, twice as many as Egypt. Although less well known, they are equally fascinating. They are surrounded by mountains and deserts, creating a mystical landscape. In Japan, there is an island known as Rabbit Island. Its name is Okunoshima, and it is inhabited by hundreds of rabbits that roam freely. Visitors can feed and play with them. It has become a very cute and popular tourist destination. In Australia, in Uluru Kata Tajuta National Park, there is a rock shaped like a giant heart. Known as the Heart of Uluru, it looks like a natural symbol in the middle of the desert. The most surprising thing is that it changes color in the daylight. The horseshoe crab is one of the oldest animals on the planet, having existed for more than 450 million years. It is not a true crab, but it has survived mass extinctions. Their blue blood is invaluable in medicine as it detects dangerous toxins. The tiny but colorful peacock spider lives in Australia. Males display a bright fan reminiscent of a peacock's tail. This ritual is part of their courtship display to attract females. Despite their extravagant appearance, they are harmless to humans. Mist is an atmospheric phenomenon that occurs when cold air becomes saturated with water. It forms near mountains and valleys, reducing visibility without becoming as dense as fog. Its appearance lends a mysterious air to landscapes. Seeing it among the mountains is an unforgettable natural spectacle. In 1787, an American watchmaker named Levi Hutchins invented the first personal alarm clock. Curiously, this device could only ring at 4 o'clock in the morning. Hutchins designed it exclusively to fulfill his work routine and ensure he woke up early. A graduate student named Julian Melchiori created something amazing: the first human-made biological leaf. This artificial leaf is capable of absorbing water and carbon dioxide to produce oxygen, just like a real plant. The most interesting thing is that it doesn't need soil or special nutrients to function. There is a fascinating phenomenon in people on the verge of death called terminal lucidity. Suddenly, seriously ill patients seem to regain strength, have mental clarity, speak enthusiastically, or even walk. Although not entirely explained, it is believed to be due to changes in blood flow or brain chemicals. The Tom and Jerry series debuted in 1940s and captivated millions of viewers with its eternal cat-and-mouse rivalry. Most surprisingly, it won 7 Oscars for Best Animated Short Film. No other series has matched this record. The McDonald's logo is recognized worldwide for its yellow arches, except in one very particular location. In the city of Sedona, Arizona, the emblem is turquoise blue. The reason for this is aesthetic. The yellow color clashed with the reddish landscape of the mountains surrounding the location. Our senses of taste recognize 5 flavors: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. The latter, lesser known, comes from Japanese and means delicious essence. It has a meaty, savory flavor, present in foods like tomato, Parmesan cheese, and soy sauce. Interestingly, breast milk contains umami, which means we taste it from birth. Amazon, the e-commerce giant, would suffer colossal losses if its website were down for even a day. It is estimated that the company generates around $15 million in sales every hour. In 24 hours, the losses would reach around $360 million. It is often said that small fish have a memory of barely 2 minutes. This means they never get bored in a fish tank, as each time they go around it seems like a new experience. However, that doesn't mean they don't need a suitable environment. Plants, hiding places, and companions are vital for them to live healthy and active lives, even if they forget what they did a moment ago. Synthetic clouds exist and are an innovation to combat climate change. They are formed by releasing particles into the atmosphere that reflect solar radiation and cool the Earth. They are basically water vapor that, when condensed, can cause rain over time. This type of experiment seeks to artificially control the climate, although it generates much scientific debate. Although it may seem like a joke, dogs in New Zealand have been trained to drive cars. A rescue organization taught them as part of a campaign to showcase canine intelligence. The training lasted 7 weeks and allowed several of them to drive on a closed circuit. The most shocking thing is that these dogs had been abandoned and thus found a second chance. Your foot measures exactly the same as the distance between your wrist and your elbow. Although it's not always the case, the ratio is surprisingly accurate for most people. It's one of those oddities of the human body that leaves us wondering. Maybe you'd like to see for yourself right now. Dark chocolate melts at about 90 to 93 degrees Fahrenheit, exactly our body temperature. That's why, when you put it in your mouth, it melts so smoothly. This detail makes it one of the most delicious experiences for the palate. Plus, its antioxidant properties make it even more irresistible. Mice, like children, enjoy games like hide and seek. Research shows that they chase, jump, and hide from each other as a form of fun. These games aren't just entertainment. They help their physical and social development. In a way, mice also know how to enjoy their free time. Russian Valentina Vassilieva holds the record for being the woman with the most children in history. Between 1725 and 1765, she gave birth to 69 children in 27 deliveries. Most survived childhood, incredible for that time. Centuries later, in 2021, a woman in Mali shocked the world by giving birth to 9 babies in a single delivery. The Scooby-Doo series was born with a hidden purpose: to show that the real monsters are human. Behind every terrifying creature, there was always a person with evil intentions. This idea conveyed a powerful message about human nature and its deceptions. Piranhas, famous for their ferocity, also surprise with their sounds. Researchers discovered that they make barking noises when they confront each other. They produce up to 3 different types of sounds, each with a purpose: to compete, intimidate, or defend food. In Japan, falling asleep in public is not considered shameful. On the contrary, it's seen as a sign of extreme effort and dedication. This habit has a name, inamuri, which means being present while sleeping. Thus, someone sleeping on the subway is respected as someone who has worked hard. In the city of Trondheim, Norway, they created a solution for the steep streets: a bicycle lift. Called cyclocable, it works like a conveyor belt on which you rest your foot. It pushes bicycles and even baby strollers uphill at 2 miles per hour. Starbucks spends more money on its employees' health insurance than on buying coffee. It invests around $300 million a year on this benefit. The strategy seeks to take care of its employees, improve their well-being, and ensure their loyalty. A brilliant idea called the Human Library was born in Denmark. Instead of books, people can lend them to other human beings for half an hour. During this time, they share their life experiences, fostering empathy and dialogue. Imagine a bridge made only of wooden poles, without nails, glue, or ropes, yet it remains firm. It's the self-supporting bridge, popularized by Leonardo da Vinci. Each piece rests on top of another, creating a self-locking system. The more weight you put on it, the more stable it becomes, like a balancing act that defies gravity. There's one bone in your body that no other bone touches, the hyoid bone. It floats beneath the jaw, supported by muscles and ligaments, and is essential for speaking, swallowing, and breathing. Forensic scientists study it in strangulation cases, and its evolution is linked to human language. Next time you speak, remember that this tiny bone is a silent hero. Under Hampton Roads Harbor in Virginia, there's a tunnel that looks like something out of a movie. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel was built with floating sections that were then sunk and sealed into the seabed. It's part of a vital highway connecting several cities. Extreme engineering and cinema combine in this underwater project, where creativity and technique collide. In the middle of the Sahara, a fish defies logic. The immortal fish. It can bury itself in dry mud for months or years, breathing through its skin and waiting for rain. Some species, like the Clarius garimpanus, EZA, walk on wet land using their fins. Solving a Rubik's Cube can take a human hour, but a robot called Sub-1 Reloaded does it in 0.38 seconds. Its ultra-fast cameras and processors calculate the perfect solution, while its mechanical arms rotate the cube with Jedi-like precision. Goalkeeper gloves are more than an accessory, they're secret weapons. Made of high-grip latex, they can stop balls traveling at over 62 miles per hour. Some incorporate ribs to protect the fingers and special cuts tailored to the player's style. They're part glove, part shield, and allow a goalkeeper to transform every save into elite strategy. When the Earth's crust shifts, it releases brutal energy in the form of earthquakes. In Burma, the Sanjin's fault shifted up to 20 feet in seconds, completely altering the landscape. This type of shift can lift mountains or submerge regions. The Earth literally shows its strength, reminding us that the continents are not fixed, but in constant tension. On some beaches, silverfish perform a synchronized dance during reproduction. Between March and August, the females bury themselves in the sand, while the males fertilize the eggs in seconds. Then they disappear like marine ninjas, letting the tide do the rest. It's a natural lunar spectacle that turns the sand into an ephemeral dance floor. High in the Tian Shan Mountains in China, a village was isolated for decades. Its inhabitants, tired of waiting for help, dug a 3/4-mile tunnel by hand into the rock. Today, it is the only access route and a stunning tourist destination. This human feat proves that determination can literally carve paths into rock. In Cameron Air Park, California, cars have taken a back seat. Neighbors use airplanes to get from home to the store. Each home has a hangar garage and direct access to the runway. Leaving the living room and taking off is as simple as grabbing a loaf of bread. This community uniquely combines lifestyle and aviation, making propellers the new neighborhood noise. Did you know we're more creative in the shower? Hot water relaxes, clears the mind, and stimulates dopamine production. When we're isolated from technological distractions, thoughts flow more freely. That's why many of the best ideas are born while we're lathering up. A computer that runs on water droplets was created at Stanford University. It takes advantage of ionic properties to process information without relying on conventional electricity. Although it's slower than traditional ones, it represents a step towards sustainable computing. The future could be written in water molecules. Marvel even came up with something unusual, reviving Princess Diana as a mutant in a comic book series. The project, planned in 2002, depicted the princess as part of the X-Men universe. However, when the idea leaked, the British media reacted furiously. Ultimately, the character was replaced by a fictional pop star. Koalas share a curious similarity with humans. their fingerprints. They are so similar that even under a microscope, they are difficult to distinguish. This unique trait is formed during gestation and persists throughout life, a perfect example of how evolution can create unexpected parallels. Inventor and futurist Ray Kurzweil claims that humanity will achieve immortality by 2030. According to him, artificial intelligence and biotechnology will make it possible to repair the body at the cellular level. Machines will fight disease and reverse aging. It sounds like science fiction, but for many it is a possible future. The Zarpado, also known as rodeo, is an adrenaline-filled spectacle where the physical and mental prowess of the riders is put to the test. These brave riders must ride bulls or horses of enormous strength, fighting to stay on them while performing violent and unpredictable movements. The interesting thing is that it's not just a competition, but a deeply cultural tradition. On Instagram, there's an account called Gobi that showcases an art form as curious as it is hypnotic: pyrography. This technique uses heat to delicately burn wood and form designs full of detail and realism. Her works combine precision and contemporary style, creating unique pieces that seem to come alive on the surface. The best part is that you can see not only the results, but also the step-by-step creative process, which captivates art and craft lovers. You may think you're looking at an Alaskan landscape, but it's actually Ciudad Madera in Chihuahua, Mexico. This place is known for being the coldest municipality in the country, located at an altitude of about 6,600 feet. During the winter, temperatures can drop to 28 degrees below zero Fahrenheit, with heavy snowfalls that paint everything around them white. Exfoliation is much more than a cosmetic step. It's almost like giving your skin new life. It involves removing dead cells that accumulate on the surface layer, restoring freshness and softness to the face and body. It can be done physically with particles that polish the skin, or with acids like glycolic and salicylic that dissolve impurities. The result is luminous skin, receptive to treatments, and with an immediate feeling of renewal. In ancient Egypt, mummification was considered the key to eternal life. The process was complex. Organs such as the brain and viscera were removed and stored in special vessels, while the heart was sometimes replaced with a sacred amulet. The body was then dehydrated with natron, a natural salt that preserved it for centuries. Finally, it was wrapped in bandages, impregnated with oils and resins, becoming a body ready for the journey to the afterlife. The Rottweiler is one of those dog breeds that impress at first sight, with its size and strength. Originally from Germany, this muscular dog can weigh between 75 and 130 pounds and measure up to 27 inches in height. Its coat is short, black, and shiny, decorated with tan markings on its chest, face, and legs that give it an imposing air. But beyond its appearance, it stands out as a hard-working, loyal, and protective dog, ideal for herding or guarding. Technology also surprises with inventions like Stan, a robot designed to park cars without human intervention. It works thanks to sensors, cameras, and artificial intelligence algorithms that allow it to identify available spaces and maneuver with precision. It can turn, reverse, and place vehicles in tight spots without risk of damaging them, something that many drivers consider a miracle. In Yosemite National Park, California, there is a natural phenomenon so spectacular it seems like magic: the firefall. Every February, for a few very specific days, the sun aligns at sunset with Horsetail Fall. The light illuminates the flow of water with red and orange hues. Which of these fun facts surprised you the most? Leave them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Zarpado content.